Dude, I'm always jamming to that intro. Always jamming.
I love it. I don't know if I'm gonna get sick of it, dude. I don't know.
No, I really like the music. And hey everybody, see, we made it with only 2 minutes, one delay, and only 2 minutes late. Only one delay.
Only one delay.
Van delay Industries.
Van delay.
Do you know?
Seinfeld? Come on, dude. You think this is a game?
I love that show.
Love.
There are a lot of people that are just too old to know it.
That's okay. Let them miss out.
Oh wow, you guys have been a little active over here. All right,
I can see.
It's a new record.
A new record.
Let's go back. See, 1 minute late. There you go.
Oh, you guys, that's hilarious. Don't worry. The next unboxing is gonna be the chef's kiss.
He'll learn how to turn on the light switch.
Yeah,
and
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Things called light bulbs. It's amazing.
It's a light bulb. Okay.
Bulb, not bulbous.
Bulb. Okay.
Bulbous. Bulbous. So, hey, how about that? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for making last week very, very successful.
It was great.
Yeah, and apparently a lot of people watched it afterwards compared to most of our other streams. Some people had opinions that didn't align with ours, and other viewers attacked them.
Yeah, that's what will happen.
And I was like, that's what you get for having apparently not an agreeable opinion, just like that don't align with ours. It's the internet. It's the internet. But there were a lot of people that defended us, and then some of the didn't make it. YouTube's been pulling comments. I don't know if you have noticed that. Has that happened on yours? They'll go up, and then I'll look for them, and I can't find them.
There was one, I think, the other day, but I think it was on like a YouTube short.
Those, I'll see it on the short. It'll say so many comments, and then I look, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And then I look to see if it's in my filter. It's not in my filter. So, and I see it on videos too. And they also been doing a thing where they do a like lock, where there's more likes because you can see it.
You can see it in your stats.
Right, but it doesn't show up in your. You either see it on the video and it doesn't show up in your stats, or vice versa. So the last one, they did a like lock on mine for some reason.
Oh, that's
they
wonderful.
left it at 1 and 1.
Whatever AI system that they're running, dude, I blame that.
Yeah. So, but thank you guys for being here. We just kind of went off a little bit. Yes, we have to get down to the nitty gritty. No, I did not make a video today where Nick over here.
I went ham today, guys. I made two today.
He went ham.
Not only that, I made a couple 2-3 shorts. It's doing pretty well. Starfield, dude.
I have 2.5K.
Your shorts were killing it yesterday, dude.
Because it's all from the podcast. This podcast, people like watching the shorts for some reason from the podcast. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
But what is Cody saying here? It's happened to me on other videos. I'd leave a comment, refresh, and it disappears. Yes, there are certain things where YouTube thinks it's a filtered word and it isn't. So Cody's comments have hit my filter before, so I had to just manually approve them. But he's like, oh, I commented on something and you deleted it. I was like, no, let me go look. And it wasn't there. But it showed that there was a comment. Like I could see the number, but there was no comment there. So it all depends. And he's not the only one. He's just the only one who's been vocal about it. But I know other people have seen it because I've seen it myself. I've put replies on comments and they don't show up. So is what it is. But yes, Nick decided to put up 2 reaction videos today where I did none.
Had to. I felt it in
none.
Me.
Well, I apparently I was very busy today and I was kind of I wouldn't say nursing a hangover, but I was out till about 2 a.m. at Halloween Horror Nights.
That looked like a lot of fun, man.
I was there from 4:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. We got home just a little before 2 a.m. So we did every house. We did the Dueling Dragons house twice. I had about 10 drinks and didn't even get a buzz.
That's called alcoholism.
No, it's because I was eating and stuff with it, and I was going long
beer,
points
though.
of time.
It's beer. Yeah.
No, I actually had two or three non-beer drinks, but they were so light, and I was eating. I had pizza fries, and my wife ate some other stuff too. We had a couple different things, and I spaced it over a long period of time, and then I realized, oh wait, my wife was like, "Yeah, you spent like $100 in drinks." I was like, "Oh, theme park
easy
prices.
to do out there."
Yeah. So before we get into it, I do want to show this. Oh, here it is. This really cool shirt that I got. So I was like, that's really cool.
Dueling Dragons. That roller coaster still there?
Nope, it was replaced by
a Harry Potter one.
Right.
themed.
And
I went on
they brought
Dueling
it
Dragons.
back.
It's awesome. They brought it back. Oh, okay.
No, as they brought the ride back as a house, as one of the haunted houses, and then that's the back.
Choose thy
So
fate.
it's only this is one of those shirts for the annual pass holders. So
how much would it cost for someone from Massachusetts to go to Universal? Well, asking for a friend, your flight is probably your round trip flight. There is a straight flight like south. I'm imagining like $500-600 round trip flight, and then you got to pay a hotel, and then you got to get tickets. This man over here knows the cost for all that stuff. Never mind, he doesn't.
I only know I have annual passes, so I know how much they cost. But I could look it up for daily tickets and stuff.
Gosh,
like that.
I haven't been to the theme park since 2016 or so, and you're going to spend $150-200 to get in.
Depends on how many days and if you do a park hopper. When my buddy Lich, he'd been on the channel before. He's one of the guys that I started the channel with. He came up last year, or was it earlier this year? I think it was last year. And we went to Universal, and he paid $175 for 1 day, 2 parks. So
that's a lot to do in 1 day. You want one park for 1 day, another park for the other. Otherwise, you're rushing around. It's too much.
It depends. It depends on what you're looking at doing. Universal's not that big of a park. So Islands is, but you could do both in 1 day if you go open and close.
Epic Universe for Mario, but I have absolutely no one to go with. You got to go to California for that, don't you?
In year and a half, it'll be open here.
I heard that Mario Kart ride is a complete F.
Only if you're fat. Wow, I'm sorry, but yeah, only if you're fat.
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to say that anymore unless you're overweight. Or no, unless you're bold and beautiful. I'm sorry.
Fat.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry. I don't. Dude, okay, just on that right there, I heard something the other day. My wife and I were watching the new Forensic Files, which is utter trash. Forensic Files 2. The older one was better, but they used a term and I never heard before, and I'm like, what in the world? Why didn't they just say homeless? The guy said unhoused. I'm like, that sounds stupid. That makes you sound stupid.
Unhoused?
Yeah. And I went, just say homeless. So, sorry. It would 270 count as fat. Depends on how tall you are.
Kilogram? Yeah, I was going to say, is that kilograms or pounds, and what's your height? But
yeah, because I'm a little overweight. I'm 240 and 6 feet. So normally I'm usually sitting around 210. Just the last couple of years, thank you, pandemic. I gained some weight, so now I'm slowly losing it. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be back to around 220.
Dude, the highest I was, was last summer. I was like around 192 pounds. I'm 5'11". But that was my skinniest in the last like 8 years. I dropped 10 pounds. I'm actually like around 180, and my friends are telling me to stop losing weight, and I'm like, no,
dude, that's actually not healthy.
No,
you're 180, 190 is a good size for someone 5'11".
I'm bulky.
So, well,
anyways, moving on.
What
games you playing, dude?
You just totally missed that. Good. Games am I playing? I'll give you a guess.
It's not Mortal Kombat.
No, that's one thing. I was supposed to play Mortal Kombat today because I picked it up earlier today if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, at Red Bandana Gaming on Instagram, and at RBG_retro on X, formerly known as Twitter.
When are we going to go past that? When are we going to move past and just deal with it?
And just call it X?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that don't realize it's called X yet.
Well, we're gonna be the movement of change and just say X for now on.
So yes, on X, I did post it on Instagram that I picked it up earlier today, but I picked up the game because GameStop doesn't open until noon. So I had pre-ordered there, picked it up there, and because my normal game store didn't get the game, said they weren't going to get the game today for Xbox or PlayStation. It was going to be delayed for them one day. Turns out they got it. If I knew they were going to get it today, I would have got it from them, but so be it, right? So I picked it up from GameStop, and then I got home. My wife had me run some errands. I went and got a haircut, and that was it. And then I had to watch both Nintendo, which we're going to get to that. This leads up to that. I did watch the Nintendo Direct and then had to watch the PlayStation one.
Watched them both. It was a great day today. Very productive all around.
There you go. And you know what? And I saw your videos come up and I was like, ooh, I want to click on them. I want to see. But the reason I didn't watch his videos, normally I do, I wanted to get this live. I even put up a community post that said I wasn't putting up any reaction videos or anything about it today because I just wanted to watch it. I took notes and I did all that stuff so we can discuss it here. The whole thing is I didn't know how to address it. So I'm going to ask you, do you want to do a comparison or talk about one and then talk about the other? And then how do you want to do this?
I think it's better we talk about the pros and cons of each and then give our opinions. We can compare and contrast together.
Okay. Should we talk about Nintendo since it was first? Pros and cons of that. Talk about the pros and cons of Sony, and then compare them at the end.
Let's make a whole big meatball at the end.
Meatball. I had meatballs the other day.
They love meatballs. They were really good. I'm not gonna lie; it's one of my favorite food. But I digress. Meatball pizza,
me too.
Tacos,
meatballs and little dinner rolls. It's what I had. We had a church group the other night and they had meatballs and I was like, ooh, okay. I like meatballs. So, okay. We, wait, what's going on here? What about blaming legacy media? What did they do now?
They call it Twitter and they only bring it up because of Elon. Yeah. Because they're childish and, they are old and don't want to accept change. So I could say a lot of things.
Old man shakes.
Damn those billionaires. We're millionaires, but we're not going to give in to the billionaires. Anyways.
And then us normies over here just trying to
us regular
make a living. Plebes make a living on the social medias, trying to become what do they call our types? Influencers.
I prefer content creator. If I had to pick between it, I prefer content creator than an influencer. I think calling people influencers is a bit pompous. And yeah. Oh, we got D-Man Gaming over here real quick. Yo, what's up, guys? I've yet to watch the trailers for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Spider-Man 2 because I was at work, but I'm going to watch shortly when I get home.
Is D-Man in your chat? Is he on Twitch?
D-Man is on YouTube on my chat. My buddy, my brother-in-law is just popping in. Just finished Diablo 4 Season 1. All right, rock and roll, guys. Thank you for they're starting to come in on my end. Sorry, I'm going to try to work on balancing comments on my side that you guys might not see and not interrupt the main thing that's happening here on the Red Bandana Gaming channel.
I wish there was a way we could take the chats and merge them.
I would love to be able to do that, and I'll look into it, okay? I wonder if we can maybe do something like that.
I thought when you restream from, are you restreaming it through StreamYard, or how are you doing it?
I am literally full screening our interaction right now through StreamYard. And then I have a setup on my OBS that takes this screen, and then I'm blasting it right now on YouTube, X, and Twitter or Twitch. I'm sorry.
That's also why my audio is distorted on your live streams. Because if you just did it straight through, because I give you the option, if you do it through here in StreamYard, the audio won't be distorted, and then all the chats come together.
Okay, we're gonna have to practice this. We're gonna have to work on this. I'm gonna have to look up some tutorials, but didn't realize that your chat. I just clicked the first one. Yeah. Oh no, nice, D-man. Well, you accidentally clicked mine.
He's like, I'm leaving.
He accidentally clicked mine. You probably meant to go to your channel. Whoops. But
because he wants to be where all the action is over here.
All the action's really hanging out at on Red Bandana's side. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to spread this to a mass audience. So if we could have a reach,
as many people as we can
over here, you never know who's watching. But so do you want to start with? Let's start with Nintendo Direct because it was the first one.
Oh, Dave. Watching TV with the wife. Logan, are you picking up the 3 new? Of course I am. Oh, man,
Dave. Do they look great?
Of course I am. You know what's funny? The fact
I forgot to talk about that.
The fact that Dave mentioned this. I went to my wife and I was like, right as I was setting up and everything, and I'm like, hey, Sony just announced 3 new controllers. And then she went, what are they trying to do? Take our money? And I was like, no.
Did you see how nice the red looks?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna get the red. The blue's really nice too.
I don't even have a PlayStation 5, and I want the red one.
The silver's looking good. And the thing is, I don't need the plates because I already have red and blue plates. But
plates are a dime a dozen. Who cares?
The PlayStation plates have the cutout for the PS logo.
Nice.
So, but I did tell, I went to my wife and I was like, you know what? They probably, Sony's watching my channel and they went, you know what? Since Power A's aligned themselves with him and they're, giving him stuff, we're going to put more stuff out so he has to buy it and we're not going to give it to him.
Yep, there you go.
Because I like Power A and Power A doesn't do anything for PlayStation except chargers and cables. So, but that's fine. That's fine with me. But thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. And I noticed Dave, if I'm not mistaken, did follow us on the Facebook.
Book of the Face, yes.
Like I've been trying to put more over there. My wife had been
it's dead, dude.
Running the Facebook for a while. She's more on Facebook than I am, but I'm like, I forgot I had it, and then she stopped posting things. So now I'm posting as much as I can just to get it out there because I have 1,800 followers over there. So I was like, all right,
let me reach out there.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's jump back to the Nintendo because we just touched on Sony a little bit there. I made a list. I actually made a list.
It's all up here for me.
I made a list for both the PlayStation and I should have put it up on my computer, but I was taking notes on my phone while I was watching it of just the games I liked because Nintendo had quite a bit of content.
They did.
And a lot of people were thinking it was mid. And I've seen all these big YouTubers like RGT85 and Bob Wolf and Beat 'em Ups, Woodhawker, and then they're all calling it mid, and it's meh, it's wood. I didn't watch any of them today because I didn't have the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't. I might watch RGT85s just because I don't understand why he's calling it mid. But it kind of aligned with when I saw your thumbnail doing the thumbs down thing and PlayStation with the thumbs up. And I was like, no. And
I'm creating a war here. Don't you see what I'm doing?
And what do you think the thumbnail is here? Did you notice the thumbnail? I did the earthquake crack between the two.
Oh, that's what I quickly glanced at it.
And I put red on the right, blue on the left. And I realized, hey, that kind of makes sense in real life.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, but I put you on the blue because you put thumbs up on the PlayStation and thumbs down on Nintendo, and I thought Nintendo was much better than the PlayStation.
I have to steal your thumbnails. Alert. I have to steal your thumbnails for my YouTube channel. I just have chatting. Up on my YouTube thing.
What do you call it? Let me know, and I'll always just send them to you.
That's a topic for another conversation. But.
Yeah, I'll send them to you, and then you can just repost them. But let me go over my list of the games I liked, and then since you said you have it in your head, first one was Horizon Chase 2. I like racing games, and I thought it looked good, and I liked the first one. Another Code Recollection.
Yes, that looks awesome. I think I will be getting that.
That was the what was it? What was the original called?
Something Memories or whatever.
Because it was based off the DS game,
and you get
it's the remastered,
and you get both games. You get the DS game
Japanese
with it.
one, yeah. So, and then Saga Emerald Beyond, because I like the Saga games. Tomb Raider Trilogy Remastered.
That one came out
properly. Properly. If you look at Laura, she looks like Lara Croft. It doesn't look like the Call of Duty version of her ain't pretty. I'm sorry. It feels like they just took one of the male operators and then reskinned it.
I saw what it
even
looked like,
moves like the guy. It's really weird. When I saw the video, I was like, "Ooh,
why not just make her walk like a feminine woman?"
Because
and exude the actuality that she's designed to exude. She's supposed to look like a Black Widow, dude. This beautiful woman who is just a killer and extremely smart.
Because 2023, women aren't allowed to be pretty. I'm sorry, we like pretty women.
Anyways,
next one, War Tales, which is available today. It's a turn-based strategy RPG, which kind of came out of nowhere. And I went, at first I was like a little mad because it looked a little bland, but I was like, oh, this looks pretty. The more I got into the trailer, I was like, this looks pretty good. And it came out today, so I was like, all right, I'm going to check it out. I didn't. So
there's a lot of RPGs.
Contra Operation Gulag. No, Galuga.
That's going to be fun.
Did you notice what they did? 4-player co-op. They took the 2 American characters and then mixed them with the 2 European characters because somebody in the chat, remind me what the European name of Contra was, because they changed the name in Europe and they're all robots.
Let's see. Oh man, I think I remember this. I'm going to look. Hang on. European version of Contra.
Oh, D-Man came over here. He joined the fun. Yeah. So I'm not going to, if you mention a game that we haven't mentioned yet, I'm not putting it. Probotector. Thank you, D-Man. Probotector.
Probotector.
Yes.
Nice,
so
dude.
It's
all right.
4-player co-op. So they took the 2 characters from the US one and the 2 characters from the European one. I don't think anybody mentioned that, but I don't know. I didn't watch anything and I went, oh, that was so cool. The fact that they merged them. I think they should have called it Contra Operation Probotector. That would have been awesome. But dude, it's Gulag. I mean, Galuga. Why isn't it Gulag? Oh, wait.
It's a Gulag?
It's too close to
Shout
reality.
out David Messer, dude. I got your donation. Why that didn't pop up, I do not know.
Wait,
I do not know why.
How did he donate? What did
I have a special donate. I have a special donate link through Stream Elements, and Stream Elements should have popped up on my stream. And unfortunately, I did not see that. I apologize. But holy cow, man. Thank you for the generosity.
So we need to make sure that we both stream through this so it all pops up and then we can add all the chats.
Yeah.
And then it'll pop up. I'll answer that in a question in a moment because we answered it before you got in here, but I'll get back to it in just a minute. Because I didn't play it yet. There you go. You know, I didn't play it yet. I didn't have time. But we'll talk about that later on. Unicorn Overlord. I was like, what in the world? Oh, okay. It's like that 2D, 3D, that 3D HD or 2D HD is what they call it, kind of gameplay. Excuse me. And it looked really, really good. You know what? I probably should have had Nintendo's YouTube up here. I might do that in a minute.
I looked at it and I remember I'm just looking at the screenshots and I thought it looked pretty good, but I was like, it's not
my type of game.
It's not my type of game, unfortunately, but I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, here we go. You know what? I'm going to pull it up and I think it will have everything. Okay, here we go. It is everything up here. So let me load this. Let me share the screen. Nope, we need Nintendo Direct. All right. How does that look, guys? Can you see that? Okay.
Not
cool.
bad.
So, yeah, and then we'll go down because I did it in order. and then we'll go in. What? See, another code recollection. What was that called again? Brain fart.
Something memories for the other one that's on the DS.
Saga, Tomb Raider. I do want Detective Pikachu. I didn't add it on there. I also didn't add anything that was a re-announcement or that they already had announced. But I figured this one would be your favorite, Trombone Champ. That just looks like you'd really want to play that horn.
I'll tell you real quickly about Trombone Champ. There's a mod on the PC, and people mod and have like put their own unlicensed their own licensed music that shouldn't be in there. And dude, it is hilarious. It is hilarious, and they make it extremely difficult. So it's like, it is.
So
hilarious.
it was a PC game first?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the Battle Crush I didn't care for. War Tales. There's the Galuga. There it is. Unicorn Overlord. I just thought it was an interesting name, and then I was like, oh, cool. And then this was actually my favorite of the show. I was hoping for F-Zero X, but F-Zero 99. And through the whole video, I went, please say available today. Please say available today. Please say, and they went available later today. And I'm like, wait, it's later today. And I picked up my Switch and downloaded it. And these two threw me for a loop. A League of Legends stories. That was interesting. Ayuden Chronicles, 100 Heroes was on my list, even though that's the only one that is a re-announcement because it kind of disappeared and now it's back. So that's a good thing.
Eastward, and my buddy just bought Eastward. It looks like an awesome game, and they already have. Eastward must have been out for quite some time before me even finding out about it, and then they have the DLC. So
I think I might actually have Eastward. I'm
almost certain that's on PC, dude. I'd rather play that on my Steam Deck and get achievements.
But the achievements don't have any. They don't carry any value on Steam.
Jake Arbo, thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate you.
So we got Paper Mario was the last one on my list. So I have 11 games altogether that I was looking forward to through this Nintendo Direct. But like the Mario versus Donkey Kong, oh, sure, okay. Splatoon expansion. I'm sorry.
I missed these two.
Before you get into it, it's stupid.
The expansion, really?
And I'm going to tell you why. Has nothing to do with the game. It doesn't come out till spring of 2024.
You're kidding, right?
Why are you going to announce it like almost, what, 3/4 of a year early?
You could actually pre-purchase. You could pre-purchase this expansion already. You could pre-purchase several months ago, earlier this year.
Yeah, but now they actually showed what it is. It's a single-player expansion.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's good.
It's cool. It's just spring 2024. I hate that on a tiny direct, on not some massive show, when they're like, all right, this is probably going to be the last direct for the year. And
you don't think they'll have
nah.
You don't. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. What else? When are they going to do something in November?
February.
If anything? Yeah,
January or February. That's
when they announce
usually
the new Nintendo Switch console.
Well, I think if they're going to announce it, it's not going to be through a Nintendo Direct. I think it's going to be, if they want to call it a Nintendo Direct, but it's not going to be one of these type. I think it's going to be a special one where they announce the console, But I think they announce it, it's going to be November, December. And then they'll say coming March 2024. But the thing is, there's so many games that they have announced for 2024. I don't think the new Switch will come out in March. I think it's going to be a November 2024. And only because of this direct. There's so many things that they have at the beginning of 2024. But hey, it could be on Switch too, as far as we know. Because, yeah. But all these games, the majority of them looked pretty good. There's a couple that I could just, like that Prince of Persia is a hard pass. It was a hard pass before. I don't think
that's when I got into that's when I just got into the Nintendo Direct. I had it open on another tab, so I accidentally got into it a couple minutes late. So
I don't care about the super crazy Rhythm Castle. Don't really care about rhythm games.
Yeah, it looks fun, but
the Spy X Anya, it's not my type of game. I'm not a big fan of the where you use a child as the main character. I'm just not into that.
No, neither am I.
Super Mario RPG, it wasn't on my list because it was on my last list. And
I actually have the physical. I own the physical. My ex-girlfriend gave it to me. I never used it.
Back when I worked at Best Buy in around 2007, 2008, I traded a Game Boy Pocket, a clear one, for Super Mario RPG.
Good exchange.
And then a couple years later, I sold it for quite a bit of money. So I'm regretting it, but hey, whatever. I already have mine pre-ordered and paid off.
Well, Mario RPG is a day one for me.
Another
physical,
code.
Another code. Do we know if that's going to be a physical as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Then I'll pick it. I'll probably pick it up on a physical. I really like to.
All these are going to be physical for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all these will. Yeah. Any Nintendo Switch game is 95% I buy physical, unless there's absolutely no physical made. Right. Or I already own these games on a PC, because the one thing I don't like is when they bring games from that've been on PC for like a year that are like, I don't know, $6.99. They put them up on download on Switch for $15, $20. It's like, come on.
So Nintendo announced quite a few games there. I think I'm okay. And the one thing that surprised me was they announced the last amiibo, which was the Sora amiibo.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Looks good though.
Yeah. And that's probably the last amiibo I pick up, because they're also changing the packaging of the amiibos, which is a big thing. Let's see if I can find that.
I didn't notice that. Did they announce that during the live or?
Nope.
What I'll say though, I'm not sure I'll get it, but I'm glad that it exists. Is Princess Peach finally has her own game? Yeah, it looks fun.
That's gonna be a hard pass for me.
I mean, it's not for me, but I'm glad. I see what they're doing with it, and she essentially is like, she goes to a movie theater and then she's like solving mysteries and turning into different characters and playing the game as that character on stage. Like, I thought it was pretty creative and clever. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me pull it up. Not here. Not here.
Bachelors in game design to chat about games. We can, Kitty Cat on my end. She goes, why didn't you invite the person with a bachelor's in game design to chat about games? Well,
because I'm right here.
There you go.
I actually do have a degree.
As do I. Just not in game design, but I do work in game engines.
Computer art and animation, as well as multimedia studies is what it's called. And at my university, it incorporated game design, and I took multiple game design animation classes in both degrees. So,
are they simplifying it? Okay, new amiibo, here, which is on the left, and the old one, which is on the right.
That my wife wants a print.
I want a Princess Peach game. So well, MJ, tell this guy to get it for you.
She'll get it. It's not my type of game because I don't. But she's a detective. I don't care about the detective
at
work.
One point she's a detective, and then another point she's something else. And
unless
then she's
it's Pikachu.
Else.
But I'm gonna get her the Detective Pikachu. If she wants the Peach game, I'll get her the Peach game. And it's like I got her the Toad Treasure Tracker back in the day because again, not my type of
Toad Treasure Track. Dude,
I'm gonna get into it.
I love it. I love Toad Treasure Tracker, dude.
Gonna get into it. Okay, but the package here, the big thing is nowhere. This was the old package on the right, and on the left it just says Amiibo. They took out mentions of the Switch and the Wii U and the 3DS.
They're just making them. Yeah, they're just making it more minimal.
That, and for when the new system comes out, the new system's going to be Amiibo compatible.
Well, they better.
So they're already starting to ramp up future stuff, and that's one of the big things that people were talking about. That from here on out, it looks like they're ramping down.
Yes.
Switch and everything.
Yes.
And if you look at the new Animal Crossing Switch lights that are coming out, they're actually the coral and the teal ones, just with Animal Crossing branding and prints on it. So yes, we're buying them because my wife loves Animal Crossing, and she's a huge everything Animal Crossing she has. That's official from Nintendo when it's released. And I have every Switch Lite that's been made, so we're going to add these two. They come out in October, and other people are pointing out that I just burped. Was that loud? How loud was
Very.
that? Okay, cool. That it looks like Nintendo is taking what they have in stock and just trying to push it out and clean out their warehouses and maybe just add some new graphics or things on it to sell them. They're rebranding that Mario Kart bundle that they've had forever with the OG Switch. It's literally a new box, and that's going to be the new holiday one. That is one amiibo that I'm glad I picked up. I do have the Detective Pikachu amiibo. I think my wife
is that a rare one?
Yeah, it's an extra large one. It's about that big.
I didn't even know. I would have probably picked it up if I knew.
I might have been working at GameStop at the time because it came out a while ago, and it's in my wife's office. She has it. Yeah. So, what were your favorite games that you saw at the Nintendo, or did you like any of it? Because according to your thumbnail, you hated it. It was like thumbs down. Ooh, pooey.
I just thought it was just loaded with just too many mediocre games. Niche market type of RPGs, which is okay. It's fine. Like it's not my cup of tea. Even though I've tried, but it's yours. Yeah. So this is why we have different perspectives on things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just regurgitated stuff with HD, which I'm not totally against.
Right. Luigi's Mansion.
I love Luigi's Mansion.
Mansion
I have them all.
2 HD. That made sense because they're bringing it from the 3DS to the
Switch to the Switch, and
I think it's a little late for it, but I understand. Just
it is
push out stuff near the end of the life cycle of the console.
And that's the thing. Oh, let's regurgitate Luigi's Mansion. Let's HD Mario RPG, which is we already knew about anyways.
But come on, that was a good one. We needed it,
but we also need it. We need the original one on our game service.
Someone's phone went off.
That's me. We also need the.
Can't even put your phone on silent.
I did now.
Interrupting this podcast. I'm leaving now. You're fired. You're fired.
And then let's regurgitate Paper Mario on GameCube. So there's no but which listen, I'm gonna get all those games. Okay, I'm getting those games.
I was like,
all right,
buy them.
But I'm gonna buy them. But we're not getting any major announcement on a new IP, or like people wanted. People have been waiting for a new F-Zero. Me, I've been waiting for a new frickin' Star Fox. Give me the 3DS Star Fox port and port it over, and I will buy that day one. Or fix Star Fox Zero.
You do know what you're doing. You're just feeding into the next thing I was going to say.
Well, let's go for it. That's what I have to say.
Everything you just said, Nintendo's doing on purpose because this is the end of a console life cycle.
Exactly.
At the end, what they're doing, little work as possible, but still giving us games. They're remastering games that already have code, already built, everything. So it makes it a lot easier to bring these games to the new console and say, hey, we're still supporting our console at the end of its life cycle with all these amazing first-party games. And you know what? They are amazing. But with that being said, all these games that everyone's hoping for, my thought is I actually think it's going to be in the launch lineup for the next console. Metroid Prime 4, we're going to see it within the first year of the new Nintendo system. We're going to see the new F-Zero in the because I believe Nintendo, like he said, like D-Man says, Nintendo is listening. They hear us talking about wanting a new F-Zero. What are they doing? F-Zero 99 is to test the waters. If they're getting a ton of people to play, they're going to be like, all right, we're going to bring out a brand new F-Zero. It's time.
I feel like they've been working on one already. And they're just throwing this Battle Royale F-Zero out just to kind of wet the palate a little bit.
I almost think that...
And get some analytics off of it.
Nintendo also thinks that this current Switch may not be powerful enough for what they want to do.
Probably not.
And with the rumors and the leaks that the new Nintendo console, whatever it's going to be called, with the power being more powerful than the PS5, it could do whatever they want it to do. You sidetrack here. You know, when I mentioned that on my Nintendo Switch 2 leak video, someone said I read the title, and he's like, "There's no way it'll be more powerful than a PS5." Thumbs down. Disliked it right away. I'm like, dude, wow, because I reported on something that hurts your little butt, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
it's funny. Yeah, this thing's going to. It better be. And the thing is, look what the iPhone 15 is going to be capable of with ray tracing.
Yeah, they're putting.
Why shouldn't the new Nintendo handheld have it too?
They're putting the Hideo Kojima's walking simulator on there, man. Which I still want to play that. I do actually want to play that game.
Launch will likely have Prime 4, agreed. They had Breath of the Wild at launch of Switch, yes. Come on, how do you top that? They're talking. They are taking their time. No doubt, have a plan. Oh yeah, they have a plan.
Nintendo has,
and I have eight copies of Star
crazy.
Fox Zero. I have 8 copies of Star Fox Zero.
You have 8? Oh wow.
Yes. Do you know a little store called Five Below?
Yes.
At one point, they had Star Fox Zero at Five Below, and I went and just bought them in stacks. And I remember the lady at
I can't believe that.
She's like, "Why are you buying all these?" I was like, "She's like, are you reselling them?" Nope. Why? Because it got to the point where I think it's funny. And she went, "Okay." I was like,
I paid full retail price for that game.
I'm sorry. So did I. It's okay. But I went and literally bought all of them that I could find.
That's amazing. Let's see how bad they're selling.
3 more than you have more than Scott. Scott the Woz. Yeah, if he did the same thing I did, I watched a video not too long ago, and he said he did the same thing, and I was like, But yeah, I have 8 copies. 8 complete, sealed, complete box copies.
Dude, buy it now for $13.99, dude.
Yep, because of Five Below. So I might, like, if I can find them at stores, I'll buy them.
Yeah, let me know. I'll take some copies for funsies. I love the artwork. I love the artwork of it. Looks amazing.
If it's for funsies, I'm still keeping them because I want to get as many as I can. See, you're like,
we're not getting one from Five Below. Just for the experience alone, you know?
Dude, I did that with Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. They had a ton of them. I think now my wife has like 4 or 5 copies sealed. When they were selling games, there were certain Nintendo games that I went, all right, just let me buy in bulk. And people thought I was a reseller. I'm like, no, this is just collecting retardedness because I am a retard when it comes to buying Nintendo stuff at Five Below. Because if it's an official Nintendo thing, I'm like, give it to me. Why are you buying it? Because why?
Well, Kitty Cat says it's not a far leap as far as the horsepower in like a little handheld. They've never had consoles that really held up to PlayStation, Xbox consoles. When it comes down to it, it's not impossible with today's tech, but the tinier and to pump out the power that might be required would be really expensive. Yes, that you're gonna get 3. You're gonna be lucky to get 3 hours of. Dude, my Steam Deck
remember what
gets
I told you?
3 hours of battery life.
What I told you about the DLSS 3.5. You don't have to have that much power if you have DLSS 3.5 with that NVIDIA chip in there. Mm-hmm. So you can fool the eye to make it think it's getting full 1080 with ray tracing and all that other stuff on a handheld.
I would say specifically in handheld mode.
Rumor has it from the leaks from Gamescom, handheld's going to be 1080. On dock, it's going to be 4K.
I don't believe it.
4K, but it's upscaled using DLSS 3.5.
I will see.
That'll
be pretty impressive.
It's actually at all times it's running 720, but using DLSS 3.5 to go handheld 1080, dock 4K. So it's not really, but it's running at it, and your eyes can't tell the difference. That's the big thing. If your eyes can't tell the difference, that's all that matters.
That'll be interesting, man.
Cody's leaving. Have a good night, good sir. Thank you for joining us.
Cody,
like always.
Did we cover?
I remember the stores having nothing but a bunch of Animal Crossing amiibo everywhere. Yes, Five Below, thanks to Five Below, my wife was able to complete her entire set of Animal Crossing amiibos, and then just for funsies, bought an entire second set. And didn't leave them sealed. Has both sets open.
I have some sealed, but most of them are unsealed. I have a Japanese Golden Mario.
I sold almost all my amiibos because they were just taking up so much space. I didn't have anything for them. I wasn't using them.
I 3D printed a couple stands. I'll have to send it to you. But so did we cover most of Nintendo then?
I think we did. So we'll go. What's your final thought on that Nintendo Direct? What did you think about it?
I stand by.
If you had to give it a grade, let's do that.
Out of 10?
No, a grade, not a rating, but like a B C D E. Wait, A B C D F.
B plus.
I don't know. I would agree. B plus.
All right, nice. And I don't think that's a bad score.
No, it isn't. B plus is solid. And if they had shown instead of Paper Mario, F-Zero X, to me it would have jumped to an A.
It probably would have, yeah.
Yeah. Not an A minus, but an A. Not an A plus.
I'd say an A minus, but
well, I really, really, really love F-Zero X. So, and that's what I was hoping for. Now, with that being said, let's jump over to Sony. Sony, in my opinion, I had a list of only 4 things. 4 things from that entire thing. What was that game at the beginning? Baby Steps?
Dude, I can't wait. Dude, I cannot wait for that game. No way, dude. Okay. I think that game's going to be awesome. You didn't watch my reaction video, dude. I think that game's going to blow up on Twitch and everything.
You're probably right, but I don't think that's what you lead on.
I don't know, dude. It's so weird and obscure. That's why they did it.
I also think that they chose the wrong trailer because, one, they know that the state of plays are going to be watched by multiple age range.
That was mighty bold.
F-bomb.
Yeah, they F-bombed it right away. That was ballsy.
Yeah, and I just went, he said it like 3-4 times. I'm like, dude. And then the next trailer did the same thing with the Resident Evil 4 right at the beginning. I was like, Sony, what are you trying to prove here?
They don't give an F.
Literally. No, they actually gave like 5 of them.
Baby steps. I'll be getting that game. It's already and it's for PC as well. So I'll be picking up on PC.
That looks like a PC game.
Looks like so much fun to stream and just to watch just fail and balance yourself. It's just so ridiculous. So I'm all for it.
I want to know how it's going to I'm guessing you'll use where's my DualSense?
Yeah, like the balance.
There.
That's a game I'd be using a controller for. Yeah,
I think it's going to be the L2 and the R2 buttons, and then you have to time it right. And if you don't time the step right, you'll fall. That's what I'm thinking. The only other thing I can think of is you're using the sticks. The right stick will be the right leg, and the left stick will be the left leg. And then it'll also allow you to move it at different angles. That's what it might be, because I remember seeing that there was one point where he lifted his leg this way and then lifted the leg that way. So the only thing I can think, it's got to be using the sticks to control the legs independently.
And how they do it, how that will be happen on PC, it might be controller only. I don't know, but it'll be interesting.
Or dual mouse. Can you use dual mice?
I don't know, man. Come on, that's too much effort. That's too much work.
Yeah. But on my list, I had the 3 new DualSense controllers and plates, of course, being the controller king. I was thinking of changing the name of my channel to Logan's in Control because I always do controllers. No, it's terrible. I'm sticking with Red Bandana Gaming.
Stick. Don't start rebranding now, man.
No, I'm not rebranding.
You have over 6K subs, dude.
Almost
you can't
7,
start. You can't start rebranding. You rebrand, you got to create a new channel.
No, I'm good. Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn, it's DLC. So you have to have, at the end it goes, requires Tales of Arise. And I was like, oh, okay, DLC, cool. And then everything else just made me go, all right, sure, whatever.
The Ghostbusters thing was absolute trash. I'm so sick of them doing this to
I don't
good
care
licenses.
About VR. I don't care about VR.
You haven't had good VR experiences then, I don't think.
No, I have. I don't care about VR. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I've played a lot of cool games, but I'm not investing the money into a PS VR 2.
That's the thing. It's a lot of money. The entry fee for it is not cheap. But you're getting the best VR. Yeah, PSVR. You're getting the best VR experience.
We didn't play it for over 2 years.
Oh man, on the previous one,
right? And my wife had her Oculus, which we still have, and she's used it. I think the last time she used it is when we moved in around 2021.
I love my Oculus,
and I have plenty of space for it, but we'd rather watch the big TV and then just sit back and not put the stress on the eyes.
Tales games don't come out often, though. Those games put me to sleep. I used to be really into those games, Kitty Cat.
And you were right. One of the last 2 things were the best.
Yep.
Hey there, Graham. Thanks for showing up. So, wow, he got here a little late, but hey, better late than never.
I just think that Resident Evil 4 for VR is going to be just an absolute wet dream for a fan of Resident Evils like I am. Unfortunately, they said that they were going to
I love Resident Evil.
Yeah, yeah.
But Resident Evil 4 is my least favorite. It's the one I like I just didn't. I liked 5 better.
I think I played 4 the most.
No, 6 was my least favorite. I didn't like 6 at all.
Dude, 6 was hot garbage. Are you kidding me?
I didn't like 6.
I bought it. I think I bought it on eBay at the time for like $8 or $9. I played like
too much.
15 minutes of it, and I threw it away. I literally threw it away. I
bought the collector's edition when it came out, and I hated myself for it. But
did you have to go through therapy after that? Or
yes, 70 years of it. I just recently got through it.
Wow, dude! Congratulations! I'm proud of you, man. I don't even think 70 years would have been enough, but wow, congrats.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looks great.
Dude. Oh, boy.
On 2 discs, comes out beginning of next year.
Oh, boy.
And for the people who didn't get Intergrade, it comes with Intergrade, which is really cool. There's a special edition that comes with both parts, which I think is cool. But before we say anything else, let me get this off my head. I thought about it and I was like, this is what he was talking about. This is what you were talking about. And I was like, you know what they're going to do? When the PS6 comes out, then they're going to have all the parts come together in one package. Remaster, reintegrate, but the complete Final Fantasy VII Remake collection for PS6.
My buddy DeInterlace said that Square Enix lost a ton of money apparently this year off of the games that they've been putting out.
Because of 16. Final Fantasy 16 sold significantly less. And I kept talking about it. I was like, it's going to come to Xbox. It's going to come to Xbox. And then they were like, this is where the money's going to be right now. This is where we see it making the most money. And it flopped. It sold well, but it's still a flop compared to the normal sales.
Isn't Square Enix known for like saying a game was a failure even though it sold like a really good amount of copies? And they're like, well, we had higher expectations for this.
Wait, pause. What's going on here on the side? I just saw red irritation. What are you guys talking about? I used my Quest 2 for the first time in months and ended up with a rash on my face the last couple days. Ooh, I'm sorry. That sucks. And then John says,
well, the question is, who was using your Quest beforehand, dude?
And where were they putting it?
Yeah. Oh, man. Put some wipies on that.
What party were you having?
Oh, man.
And then he says, I'll have to look into that 1/2-inch wide red irritation line going down where the foam touched my face.
Was this a brand new one? You might be allergic to the adhesive of whatever fabric, whatever adhesive or fabric that they're using.
But he said that's the first time he used it in months. So he had used it before. Clearly didn't have that issue before.
Someone's stealing your Quest, man. You better check. You better check what
they're
people
taking
are
your Quest
watching.
and putting it on your. I don't know, maybe, but after Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, we have a white one. Our Quest is white.
OG.
Is that
OG,
the
OG
oh, that's the first one.
Yeah, CV.
I remember.
I have the DK. I was doing.
We have the
stuff
wireless one.
I have. Yeah, that's what I want to get. The wireless, but
well, now they're on 2 or 3.
Yeah, they. I had the development kit too. The DK2, dude. I was in their.
I saw that.
Whatchamacallit program, their developer program, dude. I got the SDK. I was messing with stuff with architectural design walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was an early adapter.
There was a lady who lives down the street. She's still there, as far as I know. She had a yard sale sometime last year because her husband had passed away a number of years before. And I saw a VR kit, and it was an Oculus. It was a dev kit.
I would just buy it for funsies, dude. Just to have it. Put it on a mannequin face and put it in your office.
Gross.
Oh, that's sad.
It wasn't in good condition. It was missing pieces, and it was kind of.
But
apparently, he worked for something with them, and she just had it in a box and went to sell it. Oh wait, here we go. No, it's been it's been in his office. I wonder if it's the foam breaking down or something. That's a possibility. Might get an aftermarket piece to replace the foam. That's what I had to do on my Virtual Boy, because my wife had got me a Virtual Boy on Amazon one year. I want one
just to have one.
Apparently, the guy marketed it as complete in box. When she bought it, in near mint condition, we got it. She took it, wrapped it up, and gave it to me for Christmas. When I opened it up, it was in pieces. No box. It was crusty. The battery compartment on the controller was corroded, and the foam on the eyes was broken down. You boot it up, it had the dead lines in it.
Yeah.
And she reached back to him, and he's like, "Too bad, too late." And she was like, "I spent, I think it was like $300 something."
Yeah, I was gonna say they're around $300.
Right. And she was pissed.
Oh yeah.
Because she's like, "You lied to me." He's like, "Oh, sorry, you took too long." She reached out to Amazon. Amazon went, "Here's your money back."
Good.
So, yeah.
Anyways, we want to say
what it was. I also own a DK Xbox
development kit Xbox One.
Oh, I was like, Donkey Kong. What? DK. Donkey Kong. Sorry. And then the last thing on that PlayStation, I had to hard segue back. Mm-hmm. That Spider-Man 2 Deluxe Edition content.
Looks amazing. Dude, yeah. Spider-Man 2 looks phenomenal.
I do have mine pre-ordered. Physical copy. So I wonder if now they're going to say, "Hey, look, there's a physical deluxe." If they do, I'm going to have to upgrade my pre-order, which
I hope they allow you to do that. You know?
Well, I had to do that. I did that one at GameStop. I usually go to another store, but it's about a 30-minute drive from my house. The GameStop is like 10 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. That's convenient.
Yeah, it is, but I prefer the other store because it's a mom and pop store. But sometimes, especially now with gas prices and I'm in a truck, I think about the amount that I would save, and I'm like, oh, that's gas.
You're 12 miles per gallon on that beast?
No, I'm actually 19.1 miles per gallon.
It's actually not bad. That's not bad at all.
So at best, it's like 24 miles per gallon at best, but I'm usually sitting around 19.1. D-Man says, "Kay, I just watched the important trailers.
Spider-Man 2.
I am so dang hyped.
Freaking looks
I wish
insane.
Mario Wonder and Mario RPG weren't so close at the same time as Spider-Man." Now, I was reading, I forget, somewhere on some social media, they're like, "All right, what are you going to be playing?" Oh, it was an IGN post. It's like Mario, Super Mario Wonder or Spider-Man. I went Mario. I'll get Spider-Man, but I'm going to be playing Mario.
That is just the dumbest polls. Like you're talking about
clickbait. Click interaction bait. It's like, hey,
I know. Listen.
It's like, I'm going to be playing Mario.
You guys that see my thumbnails and titles, you know, I don't clickbait you. I still talk about this stuff, but I get it. But like,
I don't know. You're a little clicky.
I am. I have to. You got to click too large.
How about I just do this? I tried to do that while as soon as you went
It's
disappeared,
fun coming.
and you disappeared off the.
When you spend like the videos that I put today on these topics, I spent a lot of time on putting them together. Okay, and I put effort and thought into it, and it's fun to come up with fun little titles and fun little thumbnails. It's fun. It's the icing of the cake. I do that when I'm done with the video. As the video's loading, I make my D-man. Shame.
Admonish.
Admonish.
I wish I had that animation. Admonish.
Where did they get that sound clip? Did they just make it?
I don't know. All I know is whenever they do that, I'm laughing. I'm like,
so funny, dude. It's just fun, guys. Okay.
It's like, can I steal that admonish thing? Do you think they'd have a problem if
I could do the voice?
They're not going to watch us.
I could put that whole thing together for us if we want.
I think I could actually pull it up, but I don't know if it would play if I look over here. I'm sure there's a way I could get it up. I mean, the clip.
I didn't know that was an issue you had.
Admonish.
So yeah.
Oh well, it's that time of night where people are dropping off and they see our comments and what we're saying.
All right. So overall, because to be fair, the Sony segment is a little bit shorter of discussion rather than
it was a shorter.
It was a
show.
It was a shorter presentation. So
with a lot less stuff that actually.
Yeah.
The end of it, you were right. When you told me those last two things, and we're not going to talk about the presenter because I'm going to throw up a little. I was like, wait, that's the end on the Final Fantasy. And then I looked at the time, and there was a little left.
Downsize. Sorry, I was reading D-Man's. Need to click to downsize. Oh man!
Because you're so tiny, you have to click it to. And he's saying he's not tiny like you. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I know.
Just in case you didn't get that.
I got it.
Isn't that because wait, aren't you Italian?
I'm Greek, bro.
Oh, so you're just really hairy and
I'm not that hairy.
Like garlic?
I mean, I got a hairy chest. And women love to smell my garlic, bro.
I'm thinking, what are the stereotypes for the Greek besides
that we all own restaurants?
But I thought that was Italian.
And we put lemon on everything?
Is it lemon? Really? Well, it's got to be better than Irish.
Well, you just drink
apparently
too much.
Bingo. You know, the first thing I did when I got to Universal, besides we had one of those Minions popsicles. I had an orange creamsicle. It was really good. Oh, Virtual Boy!
Oh wow, Graham with the $10 super chat, dude. Rock and roll.
I appreciate that. You know how much it's actually going to cost to repair that thing? Why I haven't got it repaired yet? It's sitting on display. I bought the eyepiece. What?
Epic weddings.
We did have one. We had a really good one, but the Virtual Boy, in order to have it, I'm confused. I don't know what Opa is. I'm confused.
It's just like it's a celebration.
Oh, because you're Greek.
Yes,
Greek, the big fat Greek wedding. For some reason, you need
I didn't get the first part of her comment. I'm sorry, that went over my head.
I just got it, but so we looked into getting my Virtual Boy repaired. It's going to cost almost $100 in parts and labor. It's stupid. So I've never had it.
Are they gonna?
fixed.
Okay, you know what? $100 doesn't sound that bad. $100 doesn't sound that bad. But are they gonna clean it and assemble it and make it look brand new?
Yes.
Now, dude, $100.
It's a guy that I actually knew. He said it's $100. I think he said he was going to cut me a deal, and he actually owns his own game store. It's just the game store's like 70 miles from here. So it's a little bit of a drive, so I just haven't taken it over there. I have to do that. No white sauce that the Greek uses. What? You guys have a thing for white sauce? I'm confused.
It's okay, so it's like it's kind of like like a sour cream mixed with some herbs and lemon. Like
it's
think of
because
like a
you love lemon.
tzatziki. Think about like tzatziki sauce, dude. I love that stuff. I'll snort it. Not really.
You would
Pretty
snort
Kitty
white
says
sauce.
Alfredo.
You would snort white sauce.
Greek yogurt sauce. You got it. Pretty Kitty knows what's up.
Yeah, I like tzatziki. So is it
tzatziki? I don't know. I don't speak Greek. Greek is an interesting. When I was in Greece, it was a hard one to kind of like put together.
That was
out there
one
for a
that
few
I
weeks.
kept getting corrected on because I don't know if it's corrected.
People say
or not.
gyros, dude. It's gyros.
See, I always called it gyro because white
'Cause
American.
you're white American.
Redneck.
You Floridians, man. You and your fucking alligators. Oops, I dropped an F-bomb there. It's late enough. It's late enough.
Yeah,
It's
we're
late
past
enough.
that 8-minute mark.
We're way
well
past the
that.
8-minute mark. Whoops.
So
Oh,
does this
man.
mean we've officially gone on to our side quest? I think we've officially
Well,
gone
hang
on
on.
to
No,
that
I
side
do.
quest.
You
Oh,
asked me what I
okay, let's
rated
go
the
back.
Nintendo Direct. I'm going to
Oh,
ask
okay.
you what you rate the Sony state of the state of play.
C minus.
Oh, I don't think it was that bad.
I was bored, and it was nothing new, nothing I hadn't seen, nothing I cared for until the end when we saw the new Final Fantasy trailer, and then all those new Spider-Man costumes really did it for me. Yeah, okay, they didn't need a direct to announce the new PlayStation controllers, whatever, cool. And there was no new game that I said, ooh, I gotta buy that. Not a one.
Not
If
the last, not 7 and not Spider-Man 2.
That I
Well, to
new
be
game.
fair,
I said a new game.
A new
that
game.
I
Oh, yeah.
there
I
were
got you. Yeah.
there was nothing new there that made me go. Woo! What
I
is
think. Look, you got Hyper Flash 32 flash card for your. Oh, you could load.
First
so you
I
could
gotta
load
get
up
it
all
to
the
work.
games. But to load all 17 games, or 24 games.
I have 4. I have 4 games. I
Pretty
have 3
Kitty
or
10
4.
A plus. Pretty Kitty. I don't even think you saw. Did you even watch the state of play? You sassy pants. Pretty Kitty.
Wow,
is,
sassy pants.
Yeah, she's a rough one. Big fat D. I gotta say, guys, I respect both approaches. You have Sony Direct with just loads of stuff.
He gave it a better.
I think C plus is a good score. I'm going to give it a B minus. B minus because, dude, you know what I appreciate? I appreciate just giving us some good stuff.
But it
They
wasn't
gave
good
us-
stuff. It wasn't. It had some okay stuff with 2 really good things. If it was just okay stuff, it's a C. But the majority of it was And look, you hated the Ghostbusters. I think the
Ghostbusters was absolute
looked
trash.
terrible.
It was
It looked
so
terrible.
bad.
a lot of the VR stuff
You're good,
just made
Isaac.
me go, I don't care. I don't care. They're supposed to come out with stuff that makes you go, I want to get that. Nothing for the VR has made me go, I want to get that. Nothing.
Resident Evil.
But
the problem is, I want that. But the price of entry is still it's too damn high. That's what it is.
I didn't watch. I just watched the 2 important things. So if I had to guess, it's like, yeah, that's the thing. And it's funny, D-Man, because you're holding a PlayStation controller and a PlayStation hat in your little picture there, and I would have thought you would have watched that whole thing. So, but yeah, I watched the Nintendo one. I like the Nintendo one better. The Sony one, I went in with high hopes, and it let me down. It really let me down.
C plus is fair. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. I like that it wasn't full of fluff.
Oh,
Bulletstorm VR is coming out in December.
That is a game. That is a game I could sink my teeth into. I like Bulletstorm. It was fun. I don't care what people said. I like Bulletstorm. So, all right. And so we both gave Nintendo B plus.
Yes.
You gave Sony, what would you say is your official one?
I'm still going to give it a B minus, man.
And I'm going C minus. Okay. All right. So they weren't terrible.
And I agree with the C plus too. I could go both ways, C plus or B minus. But I want to say
I said C minus. I'm a
B
C
minus because I respect the way they did it, and I like the games that came out, and it made me want to get a PS5.
What Xbox showcase? The one that was back a little while ago? I don't even remember it.
I don't remember that.
All I know is all I care about coming up. So apparently, you could have bought the Forza physical, and then they announced an upgrade for your physical to the VIP edition or collectors, whatever they call it, digital, whatever. But I went and bought the even though it's on Game Pass, I bought the $100 complete ultra mega Forza, because if God forbid they take it off of Game Pass, because they've pulled off all the previous Forza games, I still want to have the game.
Speaking of Ultimate, oh, by the way, this is side quest now. We're going on side quest.
Let's see this last comment before we do the side quest. I still can't believe Paper Mario is just yeah. So, all right. Side quest. That's what we need. We need some kind of a thing for that. To make
I'll come up with something. Yeah,
you're better with. Yeah, I will say.
Dude, I do music
two
production,
artists
bro.
here.
I've been doing it for over 10 years.
You are much better. You are much better with a graphic design. I will say I'm a classic artist. If you look at my paintings and my sketches and my charcoal drawings, that's where I'm
I need to get back into my traditional stuff myself.
But I've always had I'm like okay at graphic design. You are much better. And then your music is
thank you. Thank you. See, I have so much music I've written that no one's ever even heard.
I believe every artist should know their limits. And I'm great at a lot of things, but graphic design is not it. But you have that skill. You have a graphic design skill and an eye which I can only appreciate. That's all I can do.
I started using Photoshop when I was like 11, dude.
I didn't start using Photoshop until high school.
Oh, here comes Pretty Kitty. Stop complimenting him. It will go to his head. He'll think you like him. We can't have that. I told you she's a feisty one, dude. Oh, that's funny. So but no, I agree with D-Man Gaming. Paper Mario, we wanted Paper Mario for quite some time. Years ago, I was going to buy the GameCube copy. It was way too expensive. I said, F this.
Now it's even like, it will cause the GameCube version to either do one of two things. Start to drop or shoot back up.
I was going to check. We should check right now because they announced it. Last time I saw, it was like close to $80. I'm going to say $69. $75.
Just in case, if you're watching, anybody from G Fuel, I could really use a sponsorship. I drink too much of this stuff.
Man, dude, they give you the G Fuel shits, dude?
No. This doesn't have all that garbage in it. That Bang and Monster and all that other.
Are you sure that it doesn't have any of that?
That's why I buy this. I was like, oh, G Fuel, okay, it's a gaming energy drink, and then I looked into it. I'm like, it's no sugar, no artificial colors, no calories, 300 milligrams of caffeine. Oh my God, why am I drinking this set?
1,000-year door, sealed, $369 or best offer. GF, that means get effed. One person's asking $115 or best offer. Here's a copy without the case, $74.99 or best offer. Yeah, well, they're high. They've gone up a bit. This guy's reasonable. $81. That's not bad. Oh, but that's on 5 bids. Get out of here, man. You know what I've learned with all the money I've spent on my collectibles and collecting gaming?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that you can just, I don't know, there's ways to just emulate it?
That's what, sorry, but I just saw Graham. G Fuel dropped Melanie Mac a while back. That rhymed, but why? Do we know why? I was like, wait. I hadn't seen her for a while, and I was like, why did they drop her? But what do you call it? Dropped Woodhawker dropped G Fuel. And then G Fuel dropped Melanie Mac. That sucks. Because I like Melanie Mac. I'm a little backed up on her other channel. On the Bible Time with Melanie Mac.
I've subscribed. I haven't listened yet. I have not listened yet.
So yeah, whoops, click that. So yeah, okay. Now are we in side quest? We've
been halfway in, halfway out.
Okay. So now, like we always like to do, again. They're gonna do it again. I know they're gonna do it. Put your questions or whatever you want our opinions on in the chat now, and we'll respond. Last time, oh good God, did we get interesting? Yes, but that was fun, and I like how everybody in the chat got very enthusiastic in the conversation. So, but last time we also had, we had we had so many people going that it was getting too fast for us to keep up. And then, I was like, hey, this is finally a good thing.
And if anyone, and that goes the same on my end. I have 4 people hanging out with me. So if you guys have any questions, let me know.
I thought she was only putting up 1 a day. And then I realized I'm looking at it. She's putting like 2 a day. And even though the hours say anything, but I'm behind. I like to listen to it in the car or when I'm just doing stuff. So usually when I'm driving. But today I was listening to, I decided to go with some music, which is Five Finger Death Punch. Nice. There you go. That's, I love Five Finger Death Punch. One of my favorite bands. Random.
I really have a favorite band. What did I miss? I'm jumping on here. Logan likes floppy bacon. I had bacon today. I like the type of bacon that I like is crispy bacon.
No,
Nick, have you played Baldur's Gate 3 yet? I have not, but Logan has.
And I uninstalled it off my PlayStation 5. It was taking up too much space.
You counsel kiddies.
No, because I was like, all right, I'm not playing it. And I have 2 PS5s. Well, 3. One is my wife's, and I have one in the living room. I moved it from my office because I wasn't making any content using it, and I moved it to the living room. So I installed Baldur's Gate on there, and I uninstalled it off the one in the game room. That's what I did, if that makes any sense. So I still have it. I'm going very blah on the game.
Pretty Kitty says PS5's Baldur's Gate 3 has been laggy and buggy. Much more than PC. It's not as optimized for console.
I like crispy bacon myself.
I'm passing on Baldur's Gate 3.
My dad likes it burnt. I've seen people that like it.
I want it crispy. Burnt. I don't want it burnt. I want something crispy. I want something torqued. I want something firm.
You would.
You know?
You would.
That meat. Give me that meat.
Would. You would. I like barbecue.
Who doesn't like barbecue? I think you're not American if you don't like barbecue.
Did you hear? I think it's, what is it? The top 25% of the U.S.'s meat. No, the majority of the U.S. beef.
I don't believe in
is
that
eaten
stat.
by the top like
25% or
25% of America.
Dude,
of Americans
I think half
the
Americans
majority.
Eat meat. It's
that more than half. But it's I just think that's put out by like a vegan because they wanted to shame us. And I'm like, you know what? I eat a lot of beef. I eat a lot of steak. I eat steak. I like chicken. I like, as I've gotten older, I don't like fish as much. The fishy fish.
I don't mind fish.
I like fish that isn't very salty.
Freshest fish I caught was in Greece. It was amazing. Click would want firm meat because he deals with floppy 24/7, 365 for the past 20 years. Floppy meat. Yeah.
How did we get into a floppy meat conversation?
Ooh, this is Pretty Kitty, I told you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
What do we have here? I like crispy bacon, Smithfield only.
Hmm.
Can you turtles movies? My popcorn tastes what?
Can you turtles movie?
The new turtle sucked. And he said the popcorn tastes better than
my popcorn tastes better. I fell asleep in it, like I said.
It was terrible. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Collector's $350. Bit of a stretch for me.
$350. Let's take a look at what do we have. Can we see what we get for this?
You can pull it up. If you find it, you can pull it up.
I'm just
there you go. That new Turtles. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Rebirth.
I got to get a new grill. The one they got me for Father's Day 10 years ago is past it. I bought replacement parts, but they can't attach to. Okay. I need to get a new grill too. I've been wanting to get one since I moved into this house because I lived in an apartment before. So I didn't have a grill. Now that I have a nice big patio but the thing is it's a covered patio. So I have to put the grill outside. We're just looking. And right now I have an indoor Ninja grill. So it's really good, but it's not, you can't make burgers perfectly. And I like to grill burgers and hot dogs and steaks and stuff like that. So eventually, I don't know when, maybe within the next year, I'm going to get a decent grill. I just don't know which one to get. Just faint. What? You the Twisted Metal. Was that supposed to be finished? See, it was okay. Yeah. I think he hit 8 instead of I. Okay, I'm looking at the keyboard. That makes sense. Yes, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed the show, and the fact that Nick still hasn't watched it but was complaining about it.
I'm good. I'm not watching Twisted Metal, bro.
It was good. It was.
I'd
good.
rather experiment
you don't want to
with
eat
enemas.
your words. You don't want to.
I'd rather experiment with enemas. I don't.
Probably have. You probably. I wouldn't call it experimenting with you at this point. It's just something you do.
The game's going to be $70.
Yeah, on 2 discs.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm trying
my
to
bad.
find this,
oh wait,
special
I just realized. So Graham, a Kenmore 6-burner stainless. Yeah, I was at Lowe's and I was looking at the different grills, and I noticed they go on sale closer to the holidays because everybody wants them during the summer, so the sales aren't as good. So I don't know when I'm gonna look at it. Maybe I don't know, sometime next year. I just don't need it yet, but I want to. So what is this? Kenmore is hard to get. There are no Sears here in Florida. Oh yeah, there's a Sears up here. I think it's dying or dead.
Oh, there's one dead over in Schaumburg over here. I really want to go in there. Just have them put all the lights on and just walk through the Sears. Just put this weird liminal situation going on.
We have a lot of dead malls up here.
I love that stuff, man.
The one in all the ones in South Florida that I remember, they've all kind of gotten, well, they like to call it ghetto because they're now more like a flea market inside. The shops are very weird that you would, more like the shops you would find at a flea market in some of the biggest, fanciest malls down there. So the term that most people use in South Florida would be that. So I'm like, all right, a lot of dead. See, you know what? I hear in Michigan because of those channels that I watch, like I Am Dan Bell and stuff like that. He does a lot of those. So, and then I prefer Maytag is made in the USA. And Maytag. Is Maytag from Chicago? You would know that. You're Chicagoan.
I know GE, your GE medical stuff. It's like there's a major place in Wisconsin. There's a huge headquarters.
The GE state.
Yeah.
We have a growing number of dying dead malls in upstate New York too. Yeah, I've seen videos of that. I've seen them quite a bit in Virginia, Pennsylvania, and they usually go on the East Coast. Here we have a lot of dead resorts. In Florida, you've got abandoned hotels, abandoned resorts. You get abandoned theme parks. We've got a lot of that here. The smaller ones. Kenmore is made by Maytag. Didn't they purchase them? Oh, here we go. Here we go. What are you ready for me to put it up there?
Yeah, put up.
Bagoosh.
It looks marvelous.
Oh wow.
Dude, you get a 10. You get a hardcover art book. Well, I'm going from left to right. Dude, you get the hardcover, you get the 10, you get looks like a hardcover art book, you get a CD, a glorious Sephiroth. Yeah. And then you get these little guys, digital content for those little guys, which, you know what I do regret not getting the I was gonna buy the 7 remake collectors of him on the motorcycle. And dude, that's on Amazon. Imagine having those two put together, dude, on a shelf. You have to dedicate a lot of shelf here for this. Here's the thing. These things will always exist. They'll always retain their value. Mm-hmm. If not, get, be a little bit more expensive down the line. But if you ever want to get it, they'll always be there. I told my friend, because we're looking at all these things that we want and we just can't afford them, like certain arcades. I go, listen, dude, eBay. Once we're making some money, it'll always be there. Yeah, you're going to pay a little bit extra, but it will always be there. So you can't give in to that temptation, my friend. This is gorgeous. This is amazing. I wonder if that it's made by Whirlpool. They're still talking about. Oh, they're still talking. I'm going to stop sharing. So this looks fantastic. Here. That's funny. But yeah, $350 is a lot. I wish I'd bought the other one. The other one was $250.
Now this one's $350. Hey, inflation, shocker. So
They're still. It's funny. They're talking about that, and they're talking about how crappy the Ninja Turtles movie was on my chat.
and you know what? They're still going. Craftsman drills are made by Ryobi. Yes, I've heard about that. Yes. So all right, you guys have fun talking about your appliances and grills, and we'll just sit over here talk about video games, and then your chat will just sit over there and talk about how bad the Ninja Turtles movie is. We'll just sit here and
hey man, that's what we're doing. This is two worlds colliding and molding into one. One happiness, one
this
love
is what
bubble.
it's like when worlds collide.
I saw Power Man 5000 over at Ozfest, dude. Back circa 2005, 2003, maybe. Over in Tinley Park here in Illinois.
2005 at a place called Culture Room in Fort Lauderdale.
Pretty Kitty goes like sperm in an egg. Yes, Pretty Kitty. Thank you. Very good analogy.
I'm gonna click on D-Man's chat here. Statue is 19 inches like the Spider-Man one, but $350 is a chunk versus $240 for the Spider-Man one. That's a lot of inches there for $350. But
all I saw is 19 inches, and I'm like, this is going in a better direction.
Good night, everybody. No. So the thing is with statues like that, when they're that large, especially if they're of really good quality, I have a lot of older Wolverine statues, for example. I have one where he's bursting out of a Sentinel head, and then I have another Spider-Man and Venom one, and they were not cheap. $250 to $350, some $400 statues. But if it's a 19-inch statue, that's about right.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at that price with a statue that large,
it's not only that, you're getting the video game and a hardcover book and all this and a 10 and all this other extra stuff. So if you take out all that other stuff, that's not a bad deal. You could literally spend $350, $400. Look at the one collectible guys where their stuff is like $1,000. This Sideshow Collectibles.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I had the Tony Hawk one, and I actually ended up buying two from GameStop back in the day. They were on clearance. I bought them for like 20 something a piece, and then I ended up selling them for like $50, $60. Maybe Spider-Man 2 is a steal then. It depends on the quality. That's the thing. It depends on the quality of the statue, because sometimes if they come in their PVC, like the detail might be nice, but they're PVC, they're just that hard plastic. It's not worth it. Those PVC statues, Diamond makes them. I have a number of Wolverine and Captain America. I have Deadpool and all these other Marvel statues and Superman that are PVC. And they're $50 a piece, $40, $40, $50, maybe $60 for a big one. And if it's PVC, then no, it definitely isn't worth it. But if it's
PVC
the
is different.
Stuff, yeah.
What did I spend? PVC, I spent $100 on a Luigi's Mansion one, and it's just really good detail, real clean. It's about this, 8 inches or so. It looks really great.
Video game ones are more expensive than the comic book ones, because the comic book ones are produced at a higher number than the video game ones. So that's understandable for the price. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Thankfully, somehow I haven't been bitten by the collectible statue. We actually got out of that. We pulled ourselves out of the, yeah.
It's a rough one to get into. I have a Terminator
and don't
damaged.
be like me. And I've even stopped with action figures, except I'll buy Motu Origins, and they're trickling out, and I will buy the retro Ninja Turtles figures.
I have some retro
and they're trickling out too. So that's fine. I've stopped buying AEW figures. I've stopped buying Power Rangers unless it's Tommy. And yeah, I've really stopped on the action figures just because look what's behind me. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Hey, look
Mr. Miami Geek is in the house, everybody.
We'll get you back here one day. Don't worry. You're still part of the family. We miss you. We miss you. So look, yep. Oh yeah, everybody's missing you. Everybody's missing you.
This sexy troll dream. How you doing, man?
We go back here. I have God of War 2 2018, one of the last, and The Last of Us 2 one. Ooh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that second one. I don't know. I did that. I went ooh before I even read it. What is this? I am part of the statue problem myself. I have been getting more picky recently, though, especially due to room as well.
But as long as you keep the boxes, okay, as long as you keep the boxes and everything in really good condition, you could always get what you paid for it. I have a $500 StarCraft 2 carrier, dude, Protoss carrier sitting in my basement, dude. Like, can't even put that on display. I have the best deal I got was my Terminator skull on a mount.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
It's like 1,100 or 1,300 made. It lights up. It's amazing. Battle damaged. That was like $300. That was a better purchase than the carrier, but the carrier was limited edition. They're going for like $1,000 now on eBay. I should probably just sell it. I'm not even. I'd sell it.
I actually have the last statue I bought was because I never got the game special edition was Gears of War 4. The JD Phoenix on the motorcycle, got it for $50 in box, and that thing goes for around $300. That was the last thing I bought, but it was, it was resale. It was at a game store that was closing up. I didn't know it was closing up. They didn't even know they were closing up. They closed a couple weeks later.
Dude, there were so many. There's been over the weekends. There's been so many garage sales around here. Like, I just been wanting to go over there and look at like if they have anything,
hopefully
any retro gaming stuff. Oh, do people not realize how close I live to John Wayne Gacy's house?
Yeah, I didn't know until you just told me that the other day.
Yeah, well, I don't want to dox myself.
I was going to say, don't dox yourself.
I live very close to John. If you guys don't know who John Wayne Gacy is, then you got to watch the Netflix series because you could see my neighbor is interviewed in there. Who arrested him?
Okay, too close.
But that was in a different town. I don't live in Des Plaines anymore.
Doesn't matter.
That's okay.
Doesn't matter.
But you can see, dude, it's wild. Wild to see this stuff where you grew up in a documentary on Netflix. Just saying.
I've seen Miami stuff all the time. Why do you think I left there? I'm like, I know where that is. Oh, there was a shooting over there. I know. Oh, I remember that. I walked down that street before. Yeah. Dude,
I was working on some stuff the other day. Speaking of loud noises, for some reason, shooting. You said I thought I heard a boom. No, dude. Somebody hit my neighbor's car right out in front of my house, maybe 25 feet away, and barely missed the van that I'm borrowing from my dad. Barely missed it by like not even a foot, and just dude, his whole car. I heard it. I was like, whoa. And I went out, and the next day I'm looking, I'm like, that's what I heard. It was just the car was, I don't know what they're doing with the car. It's wild. Chicago's the wild, wild west, man. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, we know that. We know that.
I live in the shootings.
We know that's Miami. I've got stories about Miami. I could do an entire podcast about Miami stories.
Why don't you?
No, I'm not going to.
Why don't you do it?
Do it. So D-Man keeps his boxes. I collected NASCAR diecast, and those are expensive. I have a lot. Yeah. He's got a lot. I was like, oof.
Dude, your Switch collection's out of control, bro. I don't know how you do it. I mean, Godspeed.
Bulletstorm statue. I actually want to see that. I remember when that came out. I forget where I was working, but I remember when that came out. I have an attic full of boxes for game consoles. Yeah, that's my garage. I have certain boxes in the closet in my game room. In this closet, it's all comic book stuff. I've got comic book long boxes about that high up, maybe there. And then I have Magic the Gathering and other TCG boxes and stuff in there.
Bulletstorm is 6 years old already?
It's older than that.
I'm just looking at a launch trailer.
It was a 360.
6 years.
No, that was the Restorm or whatever it was called. That was the re-release of it.
All right, what does Pretty Kitty have to say? Okay, so real quick, I needed to tell you this story. I wonder if I did a good thing or if I missed out on a real money grab. So this woman was having a garage sale. I noticed she had an unopened Pokemon Coliseum. Looked brand new. She was selling it for $5 with a bunch of other games. I told her to take it back because it was worth way too much than $5. Was it too nice? You terrible. That was 2 months ago. Pretty Kitty, never do that again. You know what you do? Be like, you know what? I really like this stuff, and I know my nephew is going to really love it. I'll give you $25 for this. Is that fair? Do you mind? Because I know he's going to love this. And then she'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll take $25 for it. I would.
Don't lie. No. What you can still do that without putting a lie into it. You can go, honestly, you're really undervaluing what you have here. Let me give you this much more.
There you go. That's
what
even
you could
better.
do.
That's better.
Don't
That's
lie.
more pure. That's pure of heart right there.
You don't need to lie about it. Here we go. Gary, Indiana. I don't know where that's what.
Oh, dude, I was watching a dude go through Gary, Indiana, man. There's some beautiful history there in that city, and some decent people too, dude. I was crazy you say Gary, Indiana. I watched it yesterday, actually. Very, very interesting documentary. It kind of angers me what had happened in that city and what the dude did with the steel and everything like that. But
you know what I watched
history.
a documentary on yesterday, same thing, but a different town, Chantilly. No,
never heard of it.
The one in PA that Silent Hill, that people think Silent Hill is based off of, but it isn't.
Oh, dude, yeah, where they have the steam coming out of the streets and it's dangerous.
Yeah, because let me see.
Centralia, dude.
Centralia.
I think it's in Ohio, isn't it?
PA, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's in Pennsylvania. My Ninja Turtles and I were going to go there one time and check out the town. Centralia is a very small
the town's
town.
almost gone.
Really?
The guy did the documentary last year.
Oh, there's a new one out? I'm going to have to watch it tonight then.
I don't remember who put it out, but it's a guy who has it was like 2 or 3 million views on it, and I can't remember the name, but it was pretty good. He said there's only, like, after going through it, there's maybe 5 people left in the entire town. With maybe they've torn down almost everything. 4 or 5 buildings left.
It's not
the municipal
safe.
building is there. Yeah,
the roads are collapsing in.
But apparently the flame has moved on to a town that's like 3 miles down that they're soon going to have to evacuate.
It just keeps burning, dude. They can't. Cannot stop it.
It's called Ashton or Acerton or something like that. Okay, here we go. We've gotten off track. Let's keep answering their questions. This is what we do here. I don't own any statues, but I like Batman and Superman only. I am not a fan of it because I own special. Yeah, I can understand why you don't buy statues when you buy NASCAR. A lot of those. Yeah, I saw the same video. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Batman is number 2. Yes, you are correct. Superman's number 1. And yes, next year they're going to do
no
NASCAR
Batman, dude. It's Batman's number 1.
It's
dude.
Superman. It's Superman. Superman.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought it looked like number 1.
Yeah, he mistyped.
Oh, it was a typo. Yeah. Okay. I think Batman's number 1, but
it was a Peter Santinello video, the one that you watched?
I believe so.
In Gary, Indiana?
He was wearing like a white tee. He's some white dude, and he went into that derelict church and everything when he started going through the buildings, and then he ended at the beach. $1 million homes by the beach. Like it was wild. I really liked. I liked the guy. He's got a personality, and he's cool with everybody. He's got there's a reason why his channel is pretty big. I like Bald and Bankrupt though. His channel is amazing. He's traveled all around the world. He's banned from Eastern Europe. He can't go back there anymore. He's traveled. He goes and looks for like old Russian buildings and stuff like that. Bald and Bankrupt is a really good channel to watch as well.
I think this was the one I watched. Part-Time Explorer, I think, is the name of the dude. It's called The Ghost Town That Is Still Burning, and it was about America's burning ghost town documentary. Yeah, that's the one I watched.
Gary, Indiana is the home of John Wayne Gacy, isn't it? I live close to it. I think he originally was, and his father was an abusive alcoholic that lived in the basement. But he ended up moving to the unincorporated Des Plaines. I used to live in Des Plaines. No, not anymore. But
I have not watched Ahsoka yet.
It looked good. Ahsoka looked good. I really liked the way they did her costume and everything.
Yeah, I actually have 2 Batman statues. I do.
Well, totally redeem yourself there.
Eat a poo.
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Gary, okay. So yeah, how we've taken an interesting turn here. We just totally stopped talking about video games here. It's just
why it's called the side quest. Did you know that Spider-Man tried to join the Justice League? Well, the Justice League freaking messed up on that one.
That
Centralia, Pennsylvania has been on fire since 1962.
I guess I don't remember an amalgam, but Yeah, 1962, and will remain on fire for 250 years is what they said yesterday. It'll take
That's
250 years to burn itself out because of the coal that's underneath there. And like they even try to put these vents and everything to let it out and maybe burn itself off, but it allowed oxygen to get in there.
So it made it even worse.
Yeah. And it all started with a trash fire that they lit in 1962.
I'm excited that I might turn that on while I play some Pikmin 4 or something.
It was really good. Honestly, like I said, it's from Part-Time Explorer. That's the one I watched, and I found it really, really fascinating. So yeah, and it doesn't matter. He's got 2.5 million views on that. So
good for him. Well deserved.
Yeah. So yes, I do love Jesus too. Thank you. Thanks, Gabe. Or he's talking about 2.5 million views.
When he didn't get into Avengers, and I think it was a funny little flip to a totally different universe. Well, that's what they're doing these days.
No.
I'm not against this universe.
That was an old storyline. And he made he didn't get into it was a number of years ago. I don't remember how many exactly. But he didn't get into the Avengers, and he made a joke. He got into another team. They never showed the Justice League. He made a reference to it.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And he was making a joke. It was in one of the comics, and I went, I see what you did there. So that's what they did. So, but yeah. One thing I do want to say before, because we're almost encroaching our 2-hour point, and I like to make a little updates for the podcast. Next week, hopefully next week, we are going to have our first guest back. So it was going to be tonight, but I didn't know what time I would get back on, and I didn't want to tell him a certain time and get everything all messed up and everything. I didn't want to do any of that. So we're going to try to do it for next week. If not, we're going to schedule. I will let you guys know. Excuse me. I've been really burpy tonight. And then we have another guest, another returning guest, who you guys will be glad to see. Hopefully. So, and then after that, I'm going to try to get a couple of other people. Like I said, this one, he is a theme park YouTuber. And then there's one other theme park YouTuber that I'm going to try to get her on here because they both still touch on video games and talk about it here and there. But I thought after, especially what the chat has said the last couple of weeks when I mentioned it, that people thought that was an interesting topic to bring in here. So I was like, what the heck? Why not? So, bringing a couple of different voices when we don't have anything about video games to talk about. Who? Didn't I mention it? I didn't say. If you guys are familiar with Geeks and Gamers, the thing is, I like my guest to be a surprise, but okay, I'll tell you. He's growing his channel. I think he's just hit 2,000 subs. Let me take a look.
Oh, damn. It's a great milestone. That's a milestone that I'm trying to hit is 2,000.
Let me see.
I think I could still do 2,000.
2.06K. And he was at Horror Nights tonight. Okay. That's cool. I was at Horror Nights last night. So that's probably why he went there, because when I told him. So his name is The Rogue Attraction. You guys go check him out. He's aligned with the Geeks and Gamers guys. He does streaming with them. If we can get him on next week, if our schedules align. And after that, Drunk 3PO will be joining us soon. I spoke with him, and he will be joining the podcast once again. So
yeah, I love Dave's comment.
You do that, Dave. You do that. You know what? Just for that, I'm not even going to look into Spotify until.
Oh, that's great.
Later.
That is great.
Later. See, well, what? Because Cody's not here, Dave has to give us the poo. I was going to say another word, and I'm like, no. Let me
give us
behave. What?
I had a word. It escaped. I don't know.
Give us the woohoo.
The woohoo.
Give us the woohoo. What is this? I will rewatch stream tomorrow morning too. Thank you for that.
We appreciate it.
And and Gabe's just over there yelling and having fun all by himself in the chat.
That's what we like to see.
So, I'm clicking on the wrong things over here. I don't have Spotify, but you know what? I just don't know what to do with Spotify. I don't know how to even go about it.
Oh, you need an account first.
Well, I have a Spotify account. I have the one to listen to stuff, but I don't know if it includes uploading or what it takes to get with them or whatnot. I really haven't looked into it. And the thing is, taking this, I can download the audio and upload it over there. And he's in the shower laughing and going, woohoo, good for you. So cool. Looking forward to seeing Rogue Attraction on the podcast. I see him. You know what's funny? I've only run into him in the park like once. And it was when I first heard about him. And I'm like, oh, wait, I know who that is. And I couldn't remember his name. And then it was at Universal. And then there are many times where I've seen him online and he's doing a live stream. And I'm either just getting back home from the park, or I'm like, hell, I'm going to be there later today. And he's like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm like, So, but apparently John prefers Apple Music over Spotify. What are you guys talking about? I'm confused.
Pretty Kitty saw that my headset battery was notification is low, and she's just reminding me. That's all.
How can you see it? You've got
on my screen. On my screen, it goes in front of everything. I did see it. Thank you very much, Pretty Kitty. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that keen eye of yours.
I'm sure that's not the only thing you appreciate.
Yep.
You know what? I agree. I do miss my Zune.
I had a Zune. I liked my Zune a lot.
I had 3. I only have one now.
Of course you had 3. That's all.
I had 2 in my car. I had the HD and the Zune HD and the regular Zune. The one, well, the version 2 with the long screen and the touch, they got stolen out of my car one night. Apparently I forgot to lock my car. The one night I was distracted by something. This was a long time ago. Maybe 10 years. I don't know. Maybe no, it was about 10 years ago because it was before my wife and I even met. So it was probably about 10 years ago now. Holy moly.
Time flies by.
Yeah. And then they were stolen out of my car. The only one I still have left is my Halo 3 Zune. And it broke the little charging cable piece.
Yeah.
I pulled it out too hard and it broke the connector port on the inside. And when I tried to get it fixed, Microsoft said, we don't have parts for that anymore. I was like, what? But they were still making the regular Zune.
I'm looking on eBay right now. They're bricks, dude. $85 for the one I used to have. Zune 30 gig.
They're expensive.
$85.
No, like that.
The Zune music service was before Spotify. People weren't used to it. Microsoft was way ahead of the game
Zune
before all this.
And then Groove Music.
Yeah.
And then they merged Groove into Spotify.
$100 for this brown first gen 30 gig Star-Lord version. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, okay. I see they're talking to each other. Yeah.
I have a copy of my bad fur day. Oh man. I'm so glad I have it.
I regret selling a lot of those games that, like my Conkers, and I did a lot of that with.
Well, you know what I'm upset with, to be fair?
The Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon XD, whichever one it was, the GameCube, complete in box. My Pokemon, my Pikachu Nintendo 64.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. Do you have an orange X? You know what's sought after?
The blue
old? Well, I thought the orange Xboxes are sought after.
I still have VHS in my garage, car hold, as the British would say.
But yeah, all right.
Wait, I got to go shower and then start some Mortal Kombat. Yes, I do have Mortal Kombat. I just haven't had a chance to play it. I've been so busy, but I'm going to try to make some kind of video on it tomorrow It's just hard recording game footage for that because you get demonetized or limited. So I can only do footage without blood, and it's really tough.
Pretty Kitty had R2D2 360 and had the C3PO controller.
Didn't we talk
you messed
about
up
that
there.
last
We
week?
I was just gonna talk. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I still honestly, I'm gonna. I really want that Call of Duty controller. That thing is just killer, dude.
You see that? John did give me his copy of Pokemon Red.
I used to have Pokemon Red. I don't know where it went.
And he gave me a thing that has all these Game Boy manuals, and there was the manual in it for it. So I bought a repro box, and now I have almost like a complete copy. So the box is repro. I did a video on it, and it's pretty cool.
I swear I have my red. I never recall selling Pokemon Red.
I regret selling my yellow and blue. I regret selling my black. I regret, yeah. But hey, it is what it is. I don't sell anything Nintendo anymore. Nothing Nintendo
That's the only
ever
thing
leaves
that
my house.
Retains its value. If I do start collecting more Nintendo stuff, it's 100% going to be the Japanese stuff. My buddy Ninja Turtles for my birthday last year bought me Diddy Kong Racing Japanese, mint in box, beautiful instructions, everything.
I have Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Smash Brothers, Pilot Wings, Harvest Moon.
Love Pilot Wings. I own a copy. But
I have a number of other ones. I'll send you a picture later. But all these complete in box, Japanese. I'll send you the shelf of all my Japanese complete in box. And I have Super Nintendo complete in box, ton of them.
Dude, this Xbox One pre-owned Microsoft.
Did you see
Microsoft
the new official?
One,
yes.
Xbox One controller.
Is it Retrobit that's putting it out? I think it's Retrobit that's putting out official Blockbuster Video Switch game case. It looks like the Blockbuster Video case. You open it up, there's a VHS. You open up the VHS and it holds the games. It's so nifty. I'm really tempted. Really tempted.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Blockbuster. Yeah. It's who makes it?
I think it's Retrobit. I want to say it's Retrobit.
I still have my Blockbuster card. I have to dig it up in my little special
somewhere.
Case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find it somewhere.
Wow. His cousin owns every Japanese Famicom and disc game and console. That's a lot because they got more games in Japan than we got in than NES games.
Pretty Kitty used to work at Blockbuster and still has her name tag. That's amazing. Pictures or you're lying?
Until right before I moved, I still had all my Best Buy t-shirts and game tags. I got hired at Blockbuster. I worked there for 2 weeks and then quit. It was the worst job I ever got. I didn't even finish with training. Waiting for Mike Tyson to sign it. You should. You should get Mike Tyson to sign your Punch Out.
That'd be amazing. Holy cow. I don't understand how this case works. They're not showing images.
I still have my Toys R Us card somewhere. I know I saw it not too long ago.
20. How much is this thing? $21. Blockbuster VHS mini Switch game case. 246.
It's cool just to have.
It's just 12. It only holds 12 games.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
when you
small, but it's really small.
That's what she said. I have over 7. I think I've broken the 700 game mark now.
Yeah, you get. Yeah, I have to recount. You're on a whole different level.
It's my. You know what? Someone commented on my video that I said 600 plus games. He's like, yeah, I have over 1,000, but I sold like 200. And I was like, okay. And then he said he got the Pikachu Nintendo 60. He got all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, worth. Okay. I could see that.
I think this Blockbuster mini case is worth $5 and they're selling it for 20 and it's super small. I thought it was the size of a regular VHS.
It is. I saw a guy on Instagram through their thing holding it. It's the size of a VHS case. Yeah.
It's tempting.
Because the outside is the full size of VHS and the VHS on the inside, it opens up and it's a case for games.
I'm looking at how the cartridges are in there and the cartridges are so small.
Do you realize how small a VHS is? It's only about that big, dude. Yeah, they're really not as big as you may remember. Remember, your hands were a lot smaller when you were a child. We do know you have tiny little girly hands, but still. That's not that big.
That's what she said.
There you go. Yeah, I'm glad you admitted it.
I still
Hollywood
think
video.
that game
I don't have
cases-
a Hollywood video card.
I remember
My
Hollywood
mom did.
Video. I had one. They also had a naughty section in the back at Hollywood Video by me.
And you always tried to slip in there?
Of course I did.
They caught you?
Not? Of course I did not.
I only rented one game from there once, I think. And then we had another one called
They
10,000.
didn't have a great selection. We had a
10,000
big
movies?
Blockbuster across the street, so it's like there was no point.
Blockbuster was headquartered here in Florida. And it was owned by Wayne Huizinga, who owned the Dolphins at the time. The more you know.
Not only that, the guy who made
I went to
Netflix
Blockbuster
wanted,
Dolphin games.
the guy who made Netflix was like, "Hey, Blockbuster guy, you want to team up?" He's like, "No."
Oh,
Mistake.
yeah. And then, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Just imagine that guy's like, and then Blockbuster went under.
Wow. Well, yeah, your wife was born in 93. I remember you saying that. And she grew up with DVDs where I grew up with VHS.
I was born in '84.
We did have
Beat.
I think my dad had a, wow, you were born. You're a youngin', dude. You're a wee baby. Laserdisc, I remember those. I didn't own one. Nobody owned one. I don't know anybody that owned one. Didn't we talk about this last week?
I don't have
I'm
not a
getting
laser
deja
disc.
vu.
Not a laser disc.
So yeah, it's funny. What am I? Only a year older than you?
Yes.
Wait, you're 84?
Yeah. Pretty Kitty was born in 1990. I said, "You're old as fuck." She said, "Don't talk to me, caveman. You got the hair. You got hair like a caveman."
Oh,
Yeah,
did you see?
I'm glad I still have hair.
Oh, you could have thinning hair like me. But I've had thinning hair for
I've had my hair really long, like long for the stream sometimes. Like it's winter, I might be growing it back out. But
You
I
saw
like
the-
it short.
But I think when you and I first met, I had really long hair.
I
had
believe
it down
so.
to here at once.
It's been a couple
then
years already, I think, dude. which is
July
wild.
of 21.
That's wild, dude.
I think it was. I remember it was July, or was it October? I don't remember. I think it was July of 21. My wife and I went to Disney Springs, and there's what is it called? Art of Shaving, and it's a very bougie men's barber and whatnot.
Okay.
And I go there usually for my birthday. It's real, but they give you the oh my god treatment and everything. That was where the guy went, whoosh, and my wife kept it in a bag. She
Yeah, I
still has
remember.
all
Yeah,
of
I
it.
remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, Gabe's in his rocking chair because he's actually 56. Most people don't realize it. He's 56, or was it 66? I don't quite remember. He's old. He's ancient. He is a boomer. No, I think
Okay,
he's greatest
boomer.
generation. I think
Hate
he's
that
greatest
song so
generation.
bad.
I think he was he did fight in Nam. No,
The greatest generation that ruined our economy.
I remember. No, that was the boomers did it.
Yeah, the boomers.
Yeah. I remember Incredible Universe. Yeah, I remember going to Incredible Universe.
EB Games, Electronics Boutique, dude, was my
I
jam.
worked at EB
Damn.
before they got bought out by GameStop.
Didn't you used to work at Microsoft or something too?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I didn't. I haven't had. Yeah, no. I think that was just when he met me. I sported a goatee for a while.
Oh man, really? That's so Floridian of you, dude. That's
he's
such a
16.
Florida thing to do is rock a
What a
goatee, dude.
Dude, I was rocking a goatee in high school, man. I had a
Damn,
goatee
bro.
for a while.
You were one of them,
I was
huh?
I was at Fred Durst.
In high school, I always
Wow.
clean shaved. Your wife kept your hair. She sounds like a creepler. Yeah,
Yeah, that's her thing, creepler.
creepler. That's a good one. I like that.
So
That's
yeah,
so funny.
yeah. She has it in a little baggie under her bed.
Nice.
Because we have these drawers underneath our bed. We have one of those bed things instead of having a
Anything happens to you, she just take that, use that as DNA, and clone you, dude.
Bingo. Yeah, John has a goatee now. So
John, do you live in Florida?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It's a Florida thing, man. You can get away with that. You can get away with that stuff in Florida.
Dude, I'm Florida man right here. I used to.
Chicago, they wear a lot of mustaches up here. A lot of hipsters, dude. They rock mustaches.
The porn stash. That porn stash is weird.
They rock.
Didn't you do that for like a day? And I was like, don't do that.
I did.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, dude, don't do that. And I think
when I shaved my beard. When I shaved my beard, I think I sent you a picture of my thick stash.
Yeah, and I was like, it looks like you're gonna try to touch a kid. I hate that. Yikes. I hate just the. It's not the 80s. It's not Tom Selleck.
You took it way to a different level. No, I just wanted a mustache, bro. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting all that stuff.
Thick black mustache with a thick black hair. Come on. Whenever they show you the picture of the guy that gets arrested for touching little kids, yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Pretty Kitty goes, don't act like you had hair on your facial region in high school. You probably had a crustache at most. No, I had facial hair. I had a good 5 o'clock shadow. I probably would have been way cooler in high school if I didn't shave. Hiding my beard from Nick. I can grow a beard. I've grown a beard. But my ex at the time, she's like, you look like you're from Middle East. You should probably shave this. While she's playing with it and enjoying it. And it's like, okay.
X. Keyword, X.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, you know what you need to do? You need to grow that beard out, good sir. Let's beard it up. Let's see how long we could grow our beards by the end of November.
If we started, well, you did that.
I just had
yesterday I trimmed all this down. I would have had a good head start on this.
We don't have it doesn't need to be a race. We just start. I got mine trimmed just a little bit, not here too much, just a light little trim. So it's not super long, but we can do this.
I have a wedding I'm standing up in on September 30th. I have to ask the girls how long they want my beard to be. I know they'll want it a decent length, but I need to at least get it at a semi handsome length.
You need beard gain? Yeah, see, I was like, I knew he was talking to you.
Beard gain? No, I'm actually pretty good. It takes me about 4 months to grow 4 or 5 months so I can have a nice,
grow that
decent
beard. Grow that beard. Grow that beard.
No Shave November is coming up. Don't worry, y'all. Can beard race soon. There's also something that has to do with walnuts on November. No walnut. No chestnut November. Or no walnut November. What do they call that? That's coming up? That's a couple months away. That's a couple months away. It's for the squirrels, man. Save the squirrels.
Do you know that song by Big and Rich? Save a horse, ride a cowboy?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You're from Chicago.
I know that song, dude.
I'm Southern.
Oh, that's right. No, not November. Thank you, Pretty Kitty.
I'm Southern, and I spent my summers in Appalachia, in the mountains.
Look at you. You're Appalachian now.
What? My family's from the mountains, from West Virginia. West by God, Virginia.
Oh, wow. That's actually really cool.
I haven't been there in a while. My wife and I said we were going to either next year or the year after take a road trip, and I'm going to show her all the places I spent my summers and grew up and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Take some photos. I'm sure it looks great. I'm
going to go on that amazing vacation and not take a single photo.
Of course, I knew it. Freaking knew it, dude.
Well, if I had an iPhone, I wouldn't do it because what's the purpose?
Oh, they have a better camera now. Have you seen how great the camera is on those things?
And they still haven't caught up to the S23 Ultra.
And what does the S23 Ultra provide?
A better camera.
See, you can't. You're a horrible master debater, dude.
You are the best master debater.
Yeah. Oklahoma born and raised. It sucks. I get told how hick I am all the time, and I think I do a good job of hiding it. I
don't care. I wear my flannels. I have my camo, my Chevy hat, and you guys have seen it. I have
just embrace
American
it, man.
Flags all over everything.
Just embrace it. I know like when I go to other places, especially on the West Coast, people always want to have a smart ass comment to be like, "Oh, you're totally from Chicago. I could tell from your accent." And that's
So?
like, okay, so what? This is where I was born and raised. I could tell by your accent. You're part asshole. I understand that. Oh, okay. I got you. Like, there's no reason to make fun of how anybody freaking talks from where they are. They should embrace that and be who you are. Don't forget that. Be who you are.
Yeah, because
The
God
more you
made
know.
you a certain way, and that's who you are. Yep. And I have no problem when people say, "Oh, you're from Florida." Yep.
Yeah. So what? Who
It's like,
cares?
"Oh, you're redneck." My dad's from South Carolina. My mom's from
People
West
say
Virginia. It happens.
Geez, pretty kitty.
What is she
Y'all
doing
are
over
long
there?
Charles. Because people would say I sounded tarded when I said ain't y'all or had long draws on words. Yeah, because people are ignorant.
Stupid.
Yeah, or stupid. I'm being nicer. But I don't see Florida as redneck. I see them as Florida man crazy. Well, get out of your echo chamber bubble. They're pretty kitty.
I love Florida. This is greatest state.
Florida's
Greatest
great.
state.
I like Florida a lot.
You know what? You should visit Florida.
Well, I got to check out I got to see what the cost is with everything because this wedding is costing me a fortune, unfortunately. And that's on the 30th. So I got to see how much I could recoup. But then we're talking the 3rd week of October, right?
Whoa.
What just happened here?
I'm just clicking on buttons. Whoa.
Yikes.
Nope, that didn't do anything.
Have you done
That didn't do
so?
anything.
So
That didn't do
are you
anything.
experimenting with like options?
It just randomly put us on the side. We're just gonna, yeah, that's all I'm doing here. Oh no, where'd it go? Where'd we
Hey.
go? That's a
Too
little weird,
much.
isn't it?
Push it away, dude.
Oh no, where do we go?
away.
There we go. Yeah, that's what happens when you're like, hey, there's options down here. What if I just do that during?
I prefer
Hey,
this
we're at
one.
that end.
Yeah.
Oh, Grim, you yes.
New York
is
gets
great.
cold. New York gets cold, man. It's like Chicago. We're getting real cold. It was 80 something. It was 82, 83 today. I go out to go for a run, which I did. But I go outside the door in my Dago tee, and I walk right back in and go, what's the temperature? 67, 68. I'm like, well, that's great. That's wonderful. So then I put a shirt on.
Oh wow, my phone's dying. I have.
Well, so is my heart.
Well, that's just because you're old.
Yeah.
So, because I have the chat running over here. No, what are you doing? Go away. Hate when that comes up. So yeah, it was 94 yesterday. It's 77 right now, but it was 94. I think when we left to go to Horror Nights, and then once we got there, it started cooling off, and when the sun went down, it was in the lower 80s. I think it was 80, 82 for most of the night. Excuse me. See, yeah, you know what? I'm not a fan of the beach. I never really have been. I like the beach at night. I don't.
I'm
like the beach
scared.
during the day.
I have Teslaphobia, so if I get into too deep of water, if it's like 10 feet, nope, not in the ocean.
Oh,
Not
I
in the
thought
ocean
you
for
said
me, man.
Tesla, like you're afraid of Elon
I think
Musk.
it's Thessalophobia or Teslaphobia.
No, I like Tesla. You're afraid of Teslas.
Tethelophobia. I think it might be Tethelophobia.
I don't know, but you're afraid of deep water or deep ocean water.
Both. I can swim fine, dude. I swim very, very well. But like when it comes to being in the ocean, lakes, I don't care. Lakes are fine. When it comes
See,
to being
I
in
can-
the ocean, I cannot do it.
I don't
Do
like
not
being in the
put me
ocean
in
or
deep
the lake.
water in the ocean.
I-
And if
swimming pool?
if I can't see the bottom, forget it. Hey Nick,
Not
come on
just-
in. The water's great. We're in the middle of the ocean. Oh, the water's nice and warm. Can you see the bottom? No. Sorry, I'm
See,
good.
I also, if I can't see what's in there with me, I don't want to be swimming with fish and no. I don't like salt water. So
Pretty Kitty goes, let's play raft together sometime. I'm good. No. I'm good.
when I was on vacation in DR, that was the beach that I heard in the Caribbean. The water can get like crystal clear. I think my wife was saying in Haiti, Port-au-Prince, I think it was. That's what she was saying. It's like super. Cocoa Beach. I spent a lot of time in Cocoa Beach. We had some family friends that lived in Cocoa Beach growing up, but it's not as nice as it used to be from what I heard. Wait, what? What did I miss something? I only like Chevy and Hyundai.
Yeah.
and any other
Hyundai
car
Genesis,
company.
baby. Yes. Yes. John, have you seen my riced out
Camaro?
little Hyundai?
Camaro.
Excuse
And
me?
I
Do you
have
have
a
something stuck
Colorado.
in your throat?
You do.
No, Hyundai.
You do.
Mopar, bro. Mopar. Motor parts. Motor and parts, baby. Mopar. Chevy. Let's go. Mopar, bro.
No, Mopar is Dodge.
Oh, it's Dodge?
I'm
Dodge?
offended. You are officially fired. Hey, it looks like we have a new spot open for another. You want to offend me? That's how you offend me. Insult my Chevys. You're like, you want to fight? I'll take it.
Pretty Kitty
I'll
says
take it.
Chevy should only make trucks.
You know what? There's a reason you're not in the good chat. Oh,
Hey, man, I got mine. I got my side. You got your side.
and you know what? My side's the better side.
Whatever.
Because we've
man.
got, because Gabe's over here. We got Graham. We got John. Not sure who else is in here. We got other people. We've got lurkers. Do you have lurkers? I got lurkers.
I only have 3 people hanging out. We had like around 5, 6 for a little bit.
Yeah, we had up to 11 at one point. So,
Yeah.
but
I appreciate them all. I appreciate everybody.
I appreciate all. If there's one person in here, if there's 20 people, if there's 200, only once did we get in the hundreds, and that was when we had RGT 85.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get minor celebrities.
I just want to be able to make some money off my content. Chill, dude. Just make content all day.
That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working towards. I will say, just keep upload daily. And the way YouTube's working now, and this is for anybody who's in here, who's still in here, D-Man, whoever has a channel. What's working right now on YouTube, and apparently there's a lot of channels that have been talking about it. And I did the same thing. I went, all right, I'm going to try to go this route. And I've grown exponentially. Don't worry about quality of your video. Don't worry about fancy editing and 1080p or 4K or 8K. Don't worry about any of that. Just be entertaining and have a good personality. I know that's a hard one to do.
The personality, man, I don't know. That's really tricky for people.
It is. But if
you could develop it though, and it needs to be, if you don't really have one, you could work on it.
I did. I went from being from the guy who talked like this and talking like that to, hey, people are watching me every week.
I'm just naturally obnoxious. So
you're not obnoxious.
Well, I can be obnoxious, dude.
I'm sure you could be. I think we all can. But no, you're a nice guy. You definitely a nice
thank
guy.
you.
But pump out as much content as you can. Now shorts are very important. Even though you make nothing off of them. I've quintupled, quadrupled my views in the last week on shorts alone. And I've gotten about 30 or 40 more subscribers than I normally would because of shorts.
Shorts are,
but you gotta find the right kind. Shorts based off this podcast. You might see this in a short. Who knows? And a few thousand views. So I would say put as many videos as you can. Daily uploads. Make sure you're doing it at the same time every day, and people will subscribe. People will see it. YouTube will push it. So, and try to make your stuff hit the algorithm in terms of things like use a lot of SEO, see what's buzzing, see what's popping, and feed into that, and pick your niche. Peak your niche. And you know what? I do like cargo shorts. I'm not wearing them right now. I'm wearing jean shorts, but I do wear camo cargo shorts. That's what I was wearing last night at
that's funny.
Horror Nights. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, today I hit the
Thank you, John. Of course,
1,620 followers. I'm up 29.
You've been going up
in the past. I've been going up.
I've been watching your, and I'm like, hey, the more you're
feeling really good.
You're posting more consistently.
Yeah, and it's cool to finally start having the real-time tracker on and starting to watch numbers move.
Okay,
that's really
don't get
really
addicted
cool.
to that.
I know.
I'm already, and I've been trying to break it. Like when my wife and I go out, like yesterday, I noticed while we were at Horror Nights, whenever I was in line
but
or
you
something
went to
waiting,
it?
Yeah, and I'm like, I gotta stop. So I try to. I'm actually thinking of going down to a dumb phone for a little bit. Just a Nokia or something, just to pull back that for a while. But I don't know. I used to have a work phone for the business, but I realized I just use one now. And I had a dumb phone for my second line, and it made life when we went to Disney and when we go to the parks or we'd go out on dinner, it just made life a lot easier because the only thing I get were texts and phone calls.
Well, I mean, you could put. I'm almost certain you could limit the time you're on apps and stuff like that. Like you could set times.
It's still not the thing. It's the fact that it's still there.
Yeah,
it's still
I got
there.
You.
So, but yes, this is now officially the longest podcast we've ever been on.
I was going to have to go early, but my friend hit me up and things got taken care of, so that's why I was able to hang out.
I figured it was something like that because when you didn't say, "Hey, we got to call it," I was like, "I'm just going to go until he's done," because we could do this for hours. I could keep going. What was it? I could do this forever. Remember when Captain America was actually Captain America?
America's ass?
I miss old... What?
America's ass. Captain America is America's ass. No?
What?
You've never seen in not Infinity War? Infinity War. America's ass. No? Come on, guys. Help me out in chat here, dude.
I've seen all those Marvel movies.
Then he says something else.
I stopped watching Marvel after Endgame. I watched a few here and there, and they were. I've watched all the Spider-Man ones.
It's after Endgame.
Morbius, and I watched Venom and Venom 2. I watched the second Doctor Strange, which was terrible.
Oh, I did not like it at all. The first one was fantastic. The second one was...
It was probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
And I paid like $15 to rent it because it was still new, and I regretted it.
We had Disney Plus, and because we don't have Disney Plus anymore. But
I wouldn't pay for that.
Yeah, we discontinued it. And we watched it and we're like, what in the world did we just watch? Like my wife just looked at me and went, that was awful. I was like,
well,
yep.
And I like the first Doctor Strange was like one of my favorite ones out of the Marvel series.
I love the Venom movies because I know they're not right. And I just went into it. I'm like, all right, I'm going in for the comedy because I was like, this isn't correct Venom. And I like that they reference it is in a different universe. After they did that, I went, all right, it's a completely different universe Venom. Fine with it. 100% fine with it. As long as they say this isn't mainline Venom. Once they do that, I'm like, okay. But they didn't destroy him to the point where it just went stupid. And that was the thing that I actually enjoyed. Let There Be Carnage was a little
Yeah, compared to the first one, because I did find the first one fairly entertaining. How was it? Compared to
Let There Be Carnage?
Yeah.
It was all right. I did like what's his name? Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy. I think he played a very good Cletus. But it still bothers me that there was no Spider-Man to have the black costume first. And then it came off of that way. And the first one had all those symbiotes and everything. So that kind of, but the whole Venom thing was pretty good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we know modern Marvel right now is rough, but with everything going on at Disney, we may not have Marvel movies anymore anytime soon. Oh, and did you hear that they might be canceling, shelving Aquaman 2?
Good.
I like the first Aquaman movie.
Oh,
it was
terrible. I could barely watch it.
The thing is, most of the DC movies are terrible.
Well, not only that, yeah, that's true. Also, that woman who's in there,
Amber Heard. It's because of Amber Heard.
Nobody wants to see it.
It's probably going to get shelved. They think it's going to do worse than The Flash, and The Flash lost them $500 million.
Oh, good. Maybe you shouldn't be hiring, criminals to be in your movie. I don't know.
They did just drop a trailer too. They did. That's the whole thing going on.
They apparently said Heard's only in there for like 10 minutes or something.
They edited her. She was like half the movie, and they edited her out. They
DC hasn't been doing the genre justice with the movies. They have not. I don't know. There's something going on with pacing. They're not very good at pacing on these DC movies at all.
I'm going to tell you something, Graham.
I would probably only like the Batman stuff.
It wasn't the worst of all the DC movies. It could have been worse. I went in expecting utter, complete donkey duty. It was just a little donkey duty.
Pretty Kitty brings up a good point. The Wonder Woman movies have all been the best of all. Well, I only like the one Wonder Woman movie. I didn't even bother watching 1984 Wonder Woman. I liked the first one before that. That was great. I really enjoyed it because Gal Gadot, she's a good actress and she's gorgeous.
First one was all right. I actually liked Batman v Superman. It wasn't terrible. I just
fell asleep in the movie theater.
I did. It was a little too long. I will say that. And Superman had Spider-Man in Civil War and Captain America Civil War had more lines than Superman had in Batman v Superman, and he was the title character. Yeah.
Oh, the remake of Harry Potter? Nah, I think that's silly.
If they had kept Henry Cavill in it and finished the VFX, yes, I agree. Henry Cavill is it's tough, but I almost wanted to say he was my favorite Superman. I
want to be like Henry Cavill. If I ever had a celebrity status, I want to be like Henry Cavill.
He's just awesome. Him or Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is great too. I like Chris Pratt a lot.
He's just a great person.
You can tell he's just a genuine dude.
And he's just a good person.
Yeah.
And you don't get those in Hollywood. Hey, it could be a sham as far as we know.
Married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to have Arnold. Arnold's my hero, dude.
Yeah, but
getting another conversation, but
Chris Pratt is epic. I like Chris Pratt. Mm-hmm. So, but yes, I agree. Henry Cavill is also pretty
wholesome, handsome man. I want to be like him.
Be careful over there. I could see what you're doing. You're starting to shake over there.
No, my hands are right here, dude. Relax. Damn, dog.
He's like, I got caught. Well, your hands are up there now. Doesn't mean you weren't doing it at that time. You know what? You're gonna have to podcast like this.
All right, no more Henry Cavill.
And there goes his hands. He's like, sorry, Gal Gadot, no, Henry Cavill. Like, what?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, where are we going over here? Batman versus Superman. It was good.
Batman Beyond live action would be insane.
No, it wouldn't. They would kill it these days. They would destroy it. And in order for it to do right, by the way, rumor has it,
and then we'd be good.
Rumor has it they're going to bring George Clooney in as current DCU, whatever James Gunn's Batman is actually going to be.
George Clooney. Didn't we talk about this? George Clooney, great Bruce Wayne, shitty Batman. Come on.
Correct.
Yes.
And Val Kilmer was a great Batman. Not so good Bruce Wayne.
100%.
And Michael Keaton was best everything.
Best everything.
But I also think that, what do you call it? Ben Affleck was great at both. I think
I thought Ben Affleck was fantastic. I thought Ben Affleck is a great Batman.
Agreed. 110%. Second best Batman. Worst is this new guy. Just barely.
I rewatched that movie last weekend.
Barely
I enjoyed
beats him out. And I really don't like Christian Bale. I actually liked Sasha Cale as Supergirl and Flash much better than the CW one. I'm okay with it because as long as they say alternate reality, alternate timeline, alternate, this isn't the real one, when they try to push and say, nope, this is the only one, this is the main one, everything that you know, forget about it, then I'm done. I'm like, no. And that's what Marvel wants to do.
Black Adam wasn't. I'm almost done with Black Adam. I've been enjoying Black Adam.
Wait,
Isaac, on my end.
It's one movie. How many times have you been?
I was late. I started it late. I was working on a Lego. I didn't finish it. And Isaac liked the Flash.
See,
Hey,
I didn't.
We gotta go.
I didn't hate it, but I wasn't. What?
You can stay. If you want to stay and do your thing, you can. I do actually have to go.
What are we talking about? Wait, are you talking to me or your chat?
Go. No, everyone. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we'll end it. Thank you guys for. It's 2.5 hours. It's 11:41. We started at 9:15. Thank you guys for being here this long.
I can't believe it was actually that long.
These long streams are fun, but thank you guys for especially allowing our side quests to be so side questy. But thank you guys so much for being here.
I hate to break up the powwow here, man. You can stay here as long as you want.
It's been 2.5 hours. It's time to hoot for the night. Because that means, I guess, close it or whatnot.
Okay, I guess so.
We're done. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you for being here and staying with us for as long as you guys have.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. This was a long one. I didn't realize how long it was.
So very much. We appreciate everything. Can't wait to see you guys next week. And look at Graham. Look at Graham. You know what? Freaking Graham. You know what? We're gonna have to do something where it's like Graham and just put him there. Just Graham. Just Graham. I don't know.
That's why you get a heads up. You get a heads up, and people can see like donations and things like that. That's why I like to do things in OBS and make my own assets and make cool things.
I have that. I have that kind of stuff, but I know there's a way to do it through here and stuff like that, but I haven't figured it out. I will, and then
I don't know too much about StreamYard yet.
StreamYard, yeah. The thing is, I've used it for work when I was with the company I was with before, and I didn't have to do all that. I didn't have to worry about that. But now, in order to do, I think, all that fancy stuff, I have to have the next one up.
Oh, you have to probably pay for premium or something like that.
Well, I have there's like 3 tiers, and I have like the middle tier. So.
Oh, okay.
But again, thank you so much, Graham. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. We're going to have to call it a night, but I'm glad we're able to go almost 2.5 hours with you guys. Do you want to say anything before we head out?
I just appreciate everybody, and I appreciate the donation by Dave. That's going to be my coffee in the morning. You guys are really great and wonderful. It's inspires me to keep making content. And these past few days, I've been trying to really crank out and uphold my personal promise to myself and make sure that I keep making good content that I would watch, and I think that you guys would watch. So, and you guys all with hanging out with us with new lighting. The unboxings will have new lighting. I promise that one. So thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody on Red Bandana's side, and of course Isaac and Pretty Kitty and you guys that jump on my end here.
Thank you for joining us over on Nick's end. We really appreciate everybody who's watching.
We'll figure out how
we'll get it to work. We'll get it to work.
The two worlds together. Yeah.
When worlds collide.
Yes.
Oh man, I've been so burpy tonight. This is like the burp cast. It's like Ready to Burp podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this with everybody. Tell your friends about Ready to Start. And like I said, we've got some great guests coming soon. We're going to go back to that format. And hey, and if there are weeks where we don't have guests, you're still going to get to see our ugly faces. So
absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And like we always say, be legendary.
Be legendary.
He still doesn't have his own catchphrase. You need a catchphrase.
Eventually, man.
Thanks again. Good night, everybody.